What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. I almost forgot what day it was. It's Wednesday. We are back in studio. Kelly's here.
Hello.
Olive's here. We've gone with Olive. Olive is permanent.
Olive is perfect. It is a
Olive's
perfect
gonna
name.
stay.
She looks like a little precious olive.
Yep.
I'm going to call her Olive Oil sometimes behind her back. I think she is just perfection. Look at her.
I know.
I can't stop staring at her.
I think she's
so
really
good.
enamored with Noah's yellow rain jacket he's wearing.
Absolutely. She can hear it too, I think. Like when he moves, she can hear it.
I think
Aren't
she's like,
dogs colorblind? I never understood that, or how they
I
understand.
think they can see certain colors.
that's a good question. I feel like that was always something people said, right?
I've always just been like, how do you know that? Like, how do you find that out?
Right.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
How did they tell
did you
you that?
see
Yeah.
through the eyes of a dog? I think, yes, the rumors are true. Dogs are colorblind, but I think that there are certain colors that stand out more than others, you know? Like a,
Yeah.
like
this
a
is
red.
bright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bright color.
And it makes some funny noises, too, when you move around, you know?
She's a perfect angel, and I'm so thrilled to have met her.
Yeah.
Aunt Kelly on the clock.
Yeah.
And I
know.
what
We're
an
gonna
angel.
have to. We're going to find an interesting balance because, you know, she's so brand new. I don't want her to be by herself, but then she's in the studio, but then, like, she can't be in the studio all the time.
She
you know?
can.
True. So
Yeah,
she could, though.
She
Whenever we
She
start
could.
recording, she like immediately just like becomes really calm. I feel like.
Completely.
Yeah,
She's very chill right now.
if there's a good seat to sit in, she seems happy to do that, you know?
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Aren't we
But then
all?
if people are moving around, like we're all sitting and not moving around.
Exactly.
I think if we were all like up moving, she'd be like, "What's everybody doing?" Oh no!
Absolutely. Oh.
Look, and
Oh,
there she
just
goes.
jinxed
Oh, and here it
You
is.
jinxed
Yeah,
it.
yeah. But maybe
but
she's
she's gonna lay-
she's just coming here.
She's just gonna lay on
She
the
said
ground.
enough. I've had enough time in
Yeah.
the spotlight. Please take that camera off me.
She said, "I'm just gonna chill in between us now."
I love that. She's so sweet. I also wanted to shout out that I am dressed today as an homage to Rhea. I am
Oh, yeah?
wearing cheetah. I know she likes a cheetah print.
She does.
And then I'm wearing these glasses that I bought because she had
She
them.
has them, yeah.
And well, you know, a lot of people had them, and I didn't like them on anybody until I saw them on her. And I went, you know what? I'm
You know
gonna
what?
try
Those are
now.
actually pretty cute.
And I got bags, so I got the glasses going, and then I was like, you know what? Rhea will appreciate this. So I'm
love it.
channeling her for
I love
our
it.
for our breakdown today.
And not only is it a little cheetah, you're in the little Skims and Dolce & Gabbana.
Little Skims Dolce
Skims
Gabbana
Dolce
collab,
Gabbana.
which you guys know that I'm not a Kim fan, but I am a Skims fan.
Yeah, Skims.
And
yeah.
I do have the set. I have the top, and then I have the shorts.
Oh, it's nice.
The
Oh, we
top
get
is a
feel.
different material than the shorts. The shorts is like a ribbed cotton. The
Okay.
top is, I believe, also cotton, but it's got some stretch to it, so it's lovely.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was a collab, and I did get it because I'm a leopard girl.
There you go.
So here
I
I
love
am.
it. Well, we are back. I had a very quick trip to Scottsdale.
Yes, you did.
The Met Gala was a success, I would say.
You looked gorgeous, by the way.
Thank
Perfect,
you.
perfect
Thank you.
dress.
I was cracking up because I made a Get Ready With Me TikTok, and someone commented, "Who are you and how?" And I was like, does this person think I'm going to the Met Gala? And I'm like doing my
Definitely.
own
Definitely.
hair and makeup for
Yes.
the Met Gala.
Yes.
And yeah,
you
it
should
did give me
have
a
commented
good
back.
chuckle.
Old friends with Anna.
Yeah, right. Well, because I think that's probably a thing for a lot of people is like they saw Met Gala and they were like, oh, typo.
Definitely. Well, part of the issue, I wrote for those interested, I wrote a full red carpet breakdown of all of the best and worst dressed people at the company that showed up on the
Yes.
carpet. But in my search for thoughts, comments, and pictures of everyone, the hashtag Met Gala, there were plenty of Met Gala things that had slipped through the cracks. People also doing typos, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. So I have a resident fashion expert icon, Kelly, to do a little Met Gala roundup.
Thank you so much.
It was honestly, it was hard for me to keep up. I'm at this event, all the games are on. I'm trying to look at all the pictures of everybody. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some that I've still missed. And I got on a red eye, slept, fell asleep, and now I'm here. So
Yeah, you really had quite the time. And as much as we do love the Met Gala, it being on at the same exact time as the regular Met Gala carpet, it was a dual screen night.
it's fine
Two
for
screens.
It's fine for everybody else at this company, but when we're, sorry, I just felt my throat just got so
Very
dry for a
parched.
second.
You've been talking.
Yeah, when we cover the Met Gala as well. You know, it's you get double duty, really double duty.
It's a lot of fashion. It's the premier night in fashion. The Met Gala only made it that much better. And you and Dave did a very good job hosting.
Oh, thank you.
You guys were very funny. You have great chemistry and very, very down to business, matter of fact. Yeah. And I thought your analysis was spot on. I found myself like someone would come on the screen and I'd write a couple notes and then you'd literally say out loud the notes I just had. I said, we are so in sync. So I'm proud of you.
That's called taste. So we have Met Gala stuff. We'll do a little pop corner, take some voicemails. And we also have Michelle from the Valley on today's episode. We're talking about everything from the Valley, last night's episode, which everybody watched, and a little inside view of what's going on over there on the Valley. So great episode, I will say, guys. I'll be able to talk about it on Friday, but Gia and I are going to an event for Spotify tonight. It was a Spotify event that I feel like she can't get comfortable.
No. She's being sweet. I think she's very sleepy.
I think we do need to get her a bed in here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like
we gotta get like a water bowl area.
For sure.
Yeah.
Everyone who's listening,
water.
you should tune in because we just have an olive camera right now.
Oh, there's an olive cam, road cam.
Yeah. Oh, it's on the bottom now.
Yeah,
good,
it's a road cam.
Can't hide from it, girlie.
Good girl.
Her little ear is flopped over right now in the cutest way.
You're so cute.
Oh my god.
Oh god, I got distracted from my big news.
I know. Sorry, you're big. Anyway,
Spotify is hosting this event at Rhea and I got. Oh, you're coming back up. Okay, Rhea and I got invited. To, and of course she is obviously not here, and I was lucky enough to have a +1 since Rhea is not here, but we got invited to a exclusive event with Miss Miley Cyrus Tuesday night. So when you're listening, the event will have happened, but I am absolutely thrilled about it. We get to listen to the whole album.
Fran, I heard the lowdown from Gia. I am so jealous. It makes me sick. Yeah. I am so excited to hear about it. Like, I cannot wait.
I know. I think everybody else was too. And it was funny because when I asked if I still could bring somebody, since obviously Rhea's not here, I think everybody was vying for that. Yeah.
Noah,
Noah literally sent like a picture of he said, the song
the
that
Justin
should be
Bieber's.
me.
That's a good one.
I was like,
that maybe would have snagged the invite.
I also said, hey, Miley was in my bar mitzvah video. We could talk about that.
That is so true. Although Gia is a big Miley fan.
I know.
And
Look,
and that's
Noah makes
sister, you know?
Noah makes a great case. I said it hurts him that my sister works here as well.
Exactly.
And we are close where I think if she knew I got a +1 and didn't take her, that actually causes a large rift.
I say we don't need a family rift. We don't need a sister squabble.
We don't need a sister squabble. So don't need that to happen. But Miley will be in attendance. There is a Q&A involved, I believe. I don't know if it's like there's a moderator or if it's fans asking questions. I don't know.
It's going to be incredible.
But I do know that our phones will be taken for some portion, I would assume, when the album is being played, because they don't want any leaks.
Did you see, and I still am not quite sure what this event was, but over the weekend, I believe Miley did
that was there.
So I don't exactly know what that event was, but Miley did perform one of her new never before performed songs.
Yes.
And I was liking what I was hearing, Fran.
Same. So
I only heard that tiny snippet from that clip. Whatever. I'm sure we saw the same clip.
More to Lose, I think it's called.
Yes. And
she's really making me give away real
excited.
estate on this seat. Okay. I think we're good. Like she's really trying to get me to sit as awkward as I possibly can.
She's a sweet love.
I'm like, I got to sit on one cheek.
And those are the sacrifices you make as a mother.
No, they are.
Happy almost Mother's Day, by the way.
Absolutely worth it.
Getting right down to the wire Mother's Day wise. I appreciate that. Love it. I hope Joe is listening and acting accordingly.
Right. Oh my God. But I'm very excited to talk about that on Friday and everything that happens in there.
I can't wait to hear.
I know.
It's going to be tremendous, I think. And
I'm so excited
what a
for
blessing. What an invite to score, too.
What an invite. I was shocked.
Shout out Spotify.
And everyone,
of you guys.
As you can imagine, what you imagine Rhea's reaction was.
I bet she's devastated.
It lived up to that, yeah. She was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Bummer.
And, look, she's living her best life. She's in Ibiza. She can't complain, and she's not. She's not at all.
No.
But I did say if I had a moment with Miley, I would show her Rhea's first dance video.
That is extremely fair and also makes you a good friend.
Yeah. I hope I do. I don't know how many people are going to be there. I don't know what it's going to be like if she's in and out, whatever. But we'll see.
I'm kind of surprised that Miley hasn't seen that video yet. I feel like every time I see that video online, it's like going crazy. And I don't know anyone in the history of the world that has had a Miley first dance song. Like, I've never seen that. Have you?
Not personally.
Not personally.
And
that's what I'm saying. It's never come across my desk.
It's never come up on my For You page either. I'm sure there's people who have.
I'm sure. But
But
I think she needs to see it.
Specifically that song I think is also very unique.
Exactly. Right. It's a deep cut, early song. Not really deep cut, but like early.
Yeah.
I think just that would be so exciting. Yeah. She would love that.
I did originally read the invite as she was coming on, because our booker sent it and I was like, oh my God, she's going to come on the podcast. That's how I originally read it.
Oh,
and then I was talking
insane.
to Rhea and she was like, if that was the case, I would have booked a flight.
Of course.
I was going to say,
that's
I
different.
actually think if that was the case of she's available to come on the show on this date, Rhea would be like, I will fly home.
Yeah.
Definitely. I feel like anybody,
Yeah.
You got to. That's crazy. Imagine the FOMO. Oh my God.
Oh,
really,
no,
I couldn't.
Impossible.
I could not. Couldn't
Impossible. So very excited for that. And yeah, I've got full dog brain now. It's the only thing I can think about. Mm-hmm. It's like every single thing coming up. I'm like, okay, so really just where will the dog be? What am I doing with the dog? Is she going to be okay? Can she come everywhere with me? I did just get her a backpack.
A backpack. Oh my God. How many pounds is she? She's so tiny.
So Muddy Paw says she's 30 pounds. I have not personally weighed her, but she does have to go to the vet. So we'll get a
good.
So we'll get a real number.
Count. We'll get a real count. But
her foster mom took her on the subway in a little backpack. She sent me a picture.
Oh my God, stop it.
So I ordered the exact same backpack.
Incredible.
That she used.
So she's like new, move over Mad Max Fluffy Road.
Exactly.
Olive's coming through.
And Mad Max Fluffy, Max is very fluffy.
She's extremely fluffy.
So I'm curious how much she actually weighs, because a lot of her is fluff.
I would think Olive is bigger solely because corgis are just not that big. But however, they are
stocky.
Yes, they're thick boys and girls.
Yep.
We love that.
Exactly.
That's going to be incredible. A serious question that the people are, I'm sure, wanting to know: will Olive be getting her own Instagram account?
Oh,
soon?
I've been asked. I don't know.
Not sure.
I'm not. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if I live that life.
If that's the kind of dog she is.
Yeah. But let me tell you, she's been recognized on the street already a couple times.
Wow.
She's a star.
Because when you're a celebrity.
Once with me.
It's adios reality. It's Brad
She has
Paisley.
no idea.
No matter what
And
you
once
do,
yesterday with my brother.
people think you're cool. That's amazing. Wow.
Isn't that funny?
She's literally so famous.
She wasn't even.
She's 3 days old, basically.
She was with
she's famous.
She was with my brother. Wasn't even with me. And they were like, I know that dog.
People, this is a skill that you have for sure, but I'm always so surprised to see how many other people have the skill of being able to recognize famous dogs in public. Like, if there's a famous dog or an Instagram dog, like you know them right away,
I'll know
a mile
right
away.
away.
Like
Yeah.
the pug. Remember that pug? Doug the pug.
Yes.
Didn't you like see Doug in the wild somewhere?
Oh,
went out of your way to
Yes.
Like I would never know. You know what I
Yes.
mean? I would know Maxine, Mad Max Fluffy Road, because she's always in a backpack, so context matters.
Right.
But if I saw another corgi in a backpack on the subway, I probably would already think it's I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
No, that's just that's definitely true.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of down in Florida with my parents. Everybody has dogs, and it's like their neighborhood is dog beach. You can bring
Oh
the dog
my
on
God.
whenever you want, so all the dogs run around, they play.
Obsessed.
And it's like we know all the dog. I can name like all the dogs' names.
Wow.
I don't know their owners.
Any of the people's name, yeah. That's like my building. I have a lot of dogs in my building, and I know all the dogs. I don't know the people.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
if I were to get into the elevator with the people, I wouldn't even look twice. But when I see them with their dog, I'm like, oh, hi, nice to see you again, and also pet your dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah, that's that.
Yep, exactly. So let's get into some topics. I mean, honestly, every year the Met Gala takes up a lot of time because we want to talk about the amazing outfits that we saw. And we'll jump right into it. We have our screen up. There are few people that do more than moms. Don't I know it? Day in and day out, they're always there, putting us first through life's ups and downs. While they love to celebrate us, Mother's Day is our chance to celebrate them. And what better way than to gift something that will just light her up and maybe even trigger a few tears with a special piece of jewelry from BlueNile.com. At Blue Nile, you'll find thousands of independently graded diamonds and fine jewelry pieces at prices below your expectations. As the original online jeweler since 1999, peace of mind comes with every Blue Nile purchase, thanks to some of the highest quality standards in the jewelry industry. Blue Nile, stunning jewelry. I have a bunch of pieces myself. They are great. Your mom will absolutely love them. So treat mom right this Mother's Day. Enjoy the ease and convenience of shopping Blue Nile, the original online jeweler. Go to BlueNile.com today. That's BlueNile.com. Across the board, I will make a general statement and say I was very impressed with this carpet.
I agree completely. I am coming into this recap with a lot of favorites and a lot of people who fell flat, but certainly nobody that I'm like, ew, disgusting, horrible job. Like everyone was good. Everyone looked good. Everyone looked sharp. And if they didn't totally live up to the theme in a fun or funky way, they still looked handsome or pretty.
Yeah. I wasn't like a few massive misses. I will say I did fall for Katy Perry AI.
I fell for that. I said,
oh no,
because we were all posting. I go, oh fuck, we missed Katy Perry.
Yeah,
fell for it hard. I didn't see it.
Fell for it hard. I was looking at pictures. I said, oh my god,
was it bad?
And I went, no, she looked amazing. AI Katy Perry
even
looked
worse.
Fantastic. The outfit
That's how you know
was
it's fake.
well. The outfit was so cool.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even worse, because what an opportunity that people could have. Maybe we could start changing our tune. Maybe we can turn that hate train around. Unfortunately, it's not even real.
I saw the picture. I thought, oh my god, continue. I can't wait to talk about how amazing she looked.
Wow, and I would have been
and
right with
how great the outfit was. I thought the outfit was so cool. And then she posted on Instagram this morning. It was like Katy Perry AI. I was like, god damn it.
Wow, maybe she should post it anyway. She should.
Just pretend. She did. She posted the picture
like on her grid.
She posted the AI photos. I gotta show you the outfit.
Yeah, let me see.
It was like I think
hilarious
to the point where I think Kelly, you'd be like, oh shit, she looks really good.
I think Katy Perry is gorgeous, so I would definitely think she looks good in like if it's a good Met Gala look. Sometimes she dresses like an asshole, but I would say, generally speaking, she's gorgeous.
The AI and she got the good AI treatment. Her hair and makeup look fantastic.
I gotta say, oh my god,
I know.
Wow, that is awesome,
right?
Couldn't make it to the Met. I'm on the Lifetimes tour. Oh yeah, duh. Holy shit! First of all, complete with the sketch from the sketch, like the fake sketch of the thing. Right. What the fuck? I hate that I love Katy Perry's outfit. Oh my god. Whoever does Katy Perry's AI Met Gala fits eats every time. See, I forgot that that's like a thing that happens with Katy Perry.
Right, I know. So do I. You fall for it every time, just like Jason Derulo.
This might be, right. This could be up there if it were real with like a top 5 favorite look. That's an awesome
I was
look.
like, oh my god, this could be a
she should hire that person for real. Damn, what a well, good on her for posting it. That's a cool move.
I know,
Didn't she have some other comment on comments with celebs? Like she had like a funny comment. Somebody was talking shit and she commented back. She's trying, she's trying to win our hearts back. And I appreciate her trying.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, and she wrote a whole long message to her fans too as well.
Yeah,
and
she
support and everything. And she does. Yeah, so. But regardless of Katy Perry AI, let's go through some looks here. I suggest if you are listening, maybe watching, because not only will you be able to see the looks, you also may get a rogue olive cam shot because now she is snoozing. I can hear her snoozing.
I can too. I can hear that breathing. Her breathing pattern has changed. Oh, she's sniffing now. She knows we're talking about her.
Headline, of course, Rihanna is that top photo for everything because she, bam, pregnant.
Always pregnant again.
Second Met Gala pregnant.
Yes. Second Met Gala pregnant. Third baby.
Yes.
Also, she's 3 for 3 on like fun, dramatic pregnancy announcements as well, which is exciting.
As she should, those and that blue paparazzi, the paparazzi photos that came out first with Diggsy. It's always a Diggsy production.
So I like that look better than this look. I think so she's wearing Marc Jacobs and she looks incredible. Obviously the outfit is tailored to her bump and almost looks like a corset, but like, not actually a corset.
Yeah.
It's supposed to look like one. Tailored perfectly. Cool shoes, great hat, little pussy bow happening around her neck. A floating collar as well. But Fran, I have to, I cannot lie to you when I say that the images of her walking through traffic, a la Kelly Ben-Simone, holding her umbrella in the rain, wearing that silk set with her bump kind of hanging at the bottom, was some of the chicest. I've never seen someone look so chic. She is the only person in my eyes that can get away with pregnancy fashion. And not saying other people look bad. I just never. I'm it never adds to the look for me. You know what I mean?
I think
people
that's fair.
this is that looks incredible.
I know it does.
It looks like it could be.
It looks like a campaign.
Completely. It's insane.
And she's got her diamonds. And she's just carrying a fur.
Oh my God. The shoes with it. It's just it is so amazing. And maybe it's the New York City romantic in me that's loving most of it, but goddamn.
Right.
I love it. But wait, love Rihanna. Before we talk about anybody else, can we do a shout out to the carpet and the scene of the Met Gala? Gorgeous.
So one of the better settings.
Incredible. So the flowers lining the carpet are anemone flowers, yellow and yellow and white. Yeah, anemones. People, you usually see them in white and blue. You know, where the center is blue and the outside is white. I actually think you had some at your wedding. I think Rhea might have too. And they're a very, very beautiful flower, very full flower. So they're a funky color here. And then lining the carpet itself, it's like flowers kind of falling. And they look a little bit like a cross between a daffodil, I won't lie. Flemington Firs, my hometown, makes the Met Gala red carpet every year.
Wow.
Isn't that so exciting?
Hometown heroes.
Hometown hero.
Hometown heroes.
But it's my favorite carpet, I think, ever. That I've ever seen. I liked that one that was a little floral and green and white, but it kind of washed everybody out.
No, I thought this one was a really nice backdrop for everybody's outfits too.
Yes.
It really, the yellow and the flowers really made everybody pop, I thought.
Completely.
Yeah.
Florals for
really
spring
nice.
are always groundbreaking.
Yep.
But yes, just wanted to give a quick shout out to the carpet because wow.
Let's roll through some of these.
Perfect.
Okay. Coleman Domingo.
King.
Fantastic. He was co-chair.
Yes. One of many. There were a handful.
And I loved this whole cape situation.
Mm-hmm. No, we scroll a little to see.
And I loved the
Valentino
he's wearing. She can't decide if she wants
Every
to be
time I
on
put the camera on her, I swear she is camera shy. And,
she knows it. She knows. She's so cute.
Stop putting a camera on my face. And there was a good outfit reveal too.
Yes.
For underneath this, which I also thought was fabulous.
Pulled it off. Mm-hmm.
I had no doubt he was going to look amazing. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he does.
He always does.
He really always does.
He's just, what a handsome man.
He really always does.
Very fashionable.
No, scroll up for a second because I think it's Diana Ross, who we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Also unbelievable 18-foot train.
Diana.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
So Diana, first time she's come to the Met Gala, I think 22 years she hasn't been there, and she showed up and ate everybody up.
Yep.
Absolutely devoured every single person on this carpet, including her daughter, Tracy Ellis Ross, and Tracy herself was like, my mom ate up the room. This is so insane.
I mean, how could you look at that thing?
So on the train, I don't know if you were able to see while you were,
yes, I did
managing the carpet.
Yeah, explain.
So there's not only are there feathers along the edges, but on the train itself are sewn on beads that look like branches almost of a tree, and embroidered within are all of her family members. So family members, her parents, grandparents, her children, their children, everyone in her family, which I thought was a beautiful and powerful statement.
Yeah, big time.
And I just, oh God, it's hard to say best dress, worst dress at an event like this, but this was a Rihanna yellow dress moment. You know what I mean? This goes up there, especially a return after having not been to the carpet in so many years. What a resurgence.
For sure.
Good for Diana.
Lewis Hamilton.
Looking so good.
Also co-chair, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Also co-chair, yep.
Very handsome. Love this. Love the crop.
Me too.
Love the length of the jacket.
Me too. Absolutely. Yeah. And I love a cropped suit jacket.
Yeah.
Wales Bonner. That's a designer I don't know.
Yeah.
I love
great
the brooch.
Color.
Love the hat.
Yep.
Great
well
accessories.
done. Well done. Honestly, I thought, and I think, of course, with a theme like this and all about tailoring and black style and these really great silhouettes, and it really favored the men to show up.
Absolutely.
In really something like unique and tailored, and you know, you knew we were going to see a lot of the women in takes of suits and things like that. But I thought the guys, most of them were great. Of course, you always have the ones that just like show up in a tux or a suit
Show
or
up in a
whatever.
suit, yeah.
You know, but I thought this was
What do you
great.
think of Saquon Barkley? Did you see him?
Yeah, fine. Like
just showed up in a suit.
Yeah, it was
like,
I thought
boring.
the same about Joe Burrow. Like
Same.
Joe
Looked
Burrow,
handsome, but
my God, did he match that color to his eyes perfectly?
he is so
like
handsome.
I've never seen a jacket
I saw
match
him at-
someone's eyes so perfectly.
I saw him he was hanging out with Sophie Julia at Aloe the other day, and I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
I swiped up on her story. I said, girl, what? She
Yeah.
was like, yeah, he just hangs out sometimes. He's so nice. And I was
Yeah.
like, how
I'm
can
sure
you
he
work
is.
with him? I was like, how he is,
I'm sure
his eyes are
he
out of
is.
control.
Out of control.
Out of
So it's
control.
like, my God, he looks so handsome. But
Yes.
he was in more of a trendy, boxy
Yes.
suit when I felt like he could have done something really like tailored, and I mean, of course it did, you know, fit him, whatever, but it was just more
It could have
trendy
been a little
now.
more unique. It could have been a
Yes.
little more unique, a little more fashionable, but he played it safe. And some people, some people play it safe. You know, not everyone's a fashionista.
That's true. Pharrell, love it.
Pharrell.
We're
and
gonna go
Louis Vuitton.
rapid fire through some of these, or else we'll be here for 3 hours.
We will. One quick thing about Pharrell, though, is that since he is now the new creative director of Louis Vuitton,
Yes.
he styled half these bitches. Like
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
women
That
on the
picture of
carpet.
them all together was pretty sick.
It's
Yeah,
a really
it's so
cool pic.
cool.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that.
What a
as we see
talent,
them.
huh? Like not
Crazy
only can he
talent.
do music, he can do like
Shout out
his-
Pharrell. It's my skincare.
Yeah, yeah.
No way. What?
Yeah.
I've been using it for years.
Pharrell has skincare.
He sure
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
What is this? Man, he's got
Yeah.
too many jobs.
Yep. ASAP Rocky,
Looking good. Didn't
great. I loved his hair.
Yeah.
I thought his hair was awesome. I thought he looked very handsome. Cool outfit.
Yep.
Funny enough, my brother met him on the street outside my apartment the other day.
You're
Met him?
joking.
Yeah. So
A$AP
random.
Rocky?
Yep.
Just like met him.
No, straight up. JB texted me and was like, ASAP Rocky's outside your apartment building right now,
That's nuts.
and he was just on the phone.
Does that mean Rihanna's nearby?
I don't know. He said
gotta
he was
keep
in
your eyes
running
peeled.
clothes and he was just like walking
People
around.
were joking that after he just beat a case about like having a gun, the end of his umbrella is like a revolver.
That is interesting.
Yeah, Emma Chamberlain.
Not blowing me away, if I'm being honest. Usually I think she's got a better look.
You think?
Yeah, I do.
That's fair. I like this, but this didn't surprise me for her. I feel like she
Yeah.
always likes a big cutout. I still felt like it was fairly on theme.
Yeah, it's on theme. It's just kind of boring to me. And
You know what I really did laugh though?
We're not saying who it is either.
Yeah.
Probably maybe Chanel.
Claudia,
Is
girl
she
with no
Chanel?
job, posted that she looked like the mom from Liz McGuire.
Oh my God, yeah, she does with those glasses.
With the hair and the glasses, it actually
Absolutely.
really
Daringly
really
side
does.
boob and a daringly
custom
low.
Courgette.
I don't know that brand.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry to that brand. I don't know
Yeah.
that brand.
And she looks beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, she looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
But she always looks gorgeous. And, you know, she's one of the earlier arrivers because she does some of the interviewing
Yep.
on the carpet.
Yep,
and
yep.
and yeah, but again, didn't blow me away. I saw
Yep.
better looks.
Lala Anthony, also co-chair.
Mm-hmm.
She's in archival off-white.
She looked great. I
Yeah,
thought.
half like jumpsuit, half dress.
Mm-hmm. Thought it was fun and
Not
interesting.
my favorite as well, but
She
you
did a
know.
good job.
Like compared
interviewing
to
as well.
this, like
Well, Tiana Taylor.
Tiana
is like,
Taylor, out of this world. I thought this was incredible.
She's wearing Ruth E. Carter and
Incredible.
And she ate it up. She another interviewer
The-
for Vogue.
The shoulders on
Nuts. I also
Love.
love how she was interviewing alongside Ego from Saturday Night Live, and they both looked amazing. But she kept she would put her hand in her pocket, and it just looked so good. Like sometimes when people put these outfits on, obviously you don't want the outfit to wear you, especially an outfit like this. And she is not someone who lets that happen. But her stance while wearing it at all times, even if it's not like she's not the star of the show at the exact moment, is still on point. Like she's in the outfit as long as she's in the outfit, and I appreciate that.
There you go, just
Here's
like you
Ego.
mentioned.
Yeah, looking good.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, on the safe
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
She's all right. Zendaya, out of control.
Out of control.
As always, another Pharrell / La Roche
Yep.
collab.
Yep.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. A lot of bell bottoms on the carpet. A lot
Yeah.
of bell bottom suits, and the hat is insane. People are saying bridal in white. She is a bride to be.
So true. What a chic bridal outfit, you
Mm-hmm.
know? For this, it's like really Zendaya just is the queen of doing it, where you take a relatively simple look and just take it to the next level.
She's constantly elevating everything.
Like
she's
that
wearing,
is tailored
saying,
to perfection.
Yeah,
that fits her body so perfectly.
Her waist, the way her waist is, my God, like it's just a perfect. You're right. It's a perfect cut. The length of the arms, the length of how the pants skim the ground at exactly the right spot. You dream of a cut like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gorgeous.
And I loved the hat just covering her eyes.
Just so, yes.
Yeah,
I
like
love
a
hat like that.
perfect fit.
Makes me want to get a hat like that.
I know. She's amazing. Just amazing. Haley Bieber is boring as could be.
Boring.
Sorry. I like
Boring.
black blazer dress.
Boring as fuck. And I knew
Black
it
blazer
was
dress, that's
YSL. Yeah, I knew it was Saint Laurent when I saw it because that's his thing. Big oversized blazers, whatever, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Can I say something? She was coming out of the Mark Hotel and she was holding a martini.
Yeah.
That to me, I thought that was like a prop for the carpet. And I was like, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
she shows up with the martini and is kind of like playing that old timey gentleman, James Bond, whatever.
Yeah.
Fine. But then she, ditches the martini. She's riding solo. Justin's watching the Maple Leafs, everybody said. And she looks like every other bitch. And love her. She's beautiful, but not for me.
Yeah, her makeup looks incredible, but
Yeah.
she also had pictures with a martini glass in her after party look as well. So I don't know what she's got teasing. Maybe she's got that's got to be something.
It's got to be something. But
That's gotta
why
mean
didn't she
something
bring it on
coming
the
through
carpet?
Yeah, it's
Like,
got to mean something coming through the pipeline.
I love a
but-
splash of theater.
Yeah, this
she could
is
have brought
just
it.
not like it's not anything. She could have done something really cool, and this is very safe and boring.
Agreed.
Kendall,
Same thing. Looks beautiful,
very
but
same thing.
safe and boring.
I was bored by her after party outfit too.
Yeah, no, me too.
Like I was like, oh, okay.
Touré
Like
chez you.
she is obviously
I don't know.
stunning as always, and the jewels are stunning, and her, her waist.
Yeah, of
it's like
course.
it's cinched. The jacket is cinched perfectly.
Completely.
I
I think the necklace did all the heavy lifting
but
here. I'm not blown away by anything else.
kind of a snooze as well.
You know what she could be? I imagine like Morticia Addams wearing that.
Yeah.
In a positive way. That's a
Right.
compliment.
It's just like when you see what everybody else did, it's like, come on, you could have
boring.
done more. You could have done more.
Ayo.
Yes.
Ayo Edebari, in a Ferragamo look, I would say I appreciate the effort. I
Yeah.
know what she's going for. I don't personally like it.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea.
That's fair.
But I appreciate it's got all the elements there. I think
yeah.
it's just not my style. Raul,
I think a lot of people thought maybe we would see Anna Wintour in some sort of suit or
never.
tailored outfit. Nope, she came in a dress.
The most you're gonna get is a
That's
suit
it.
with some coattails. It looks
And
like.
at least she, it is Louis Vuitton. So
Did you hear the scandal that she had a stain on her dress?
no,
She's got a tiny stain. I keep bringing this up. Tiny stain on her dress. That must have happened seconds before the carpet because
Embarrassing.
otherwise I think she would have changed her clothes. Like
Yeah, right,
you
right,
barely
right.
could see it. It was like a little red, might have been some lipstick, something got on her. And the sleuths of the internet, the anti-Anna crowd were
Yeah.
really trying to point that out. But
right? Because I thought
she looks the same
I
as
think
always.
People thought maybe there'd be something a little bit different going on for her.
for sure. People need to lower their expectations where
Yeah.
Anna is concerned.
Yeah.
Law Roach with his blonde wig. What'd you think?
I liked it.
I liked it too. I thought
I
he looked
liked
great.
it. Yep.
Wearing Burberry as well.
Very
Interesting for
cool.
him, Burberry. I don't think I've ever seen him wear that.
No, I liked it. Tyla wore Jacquemus.
I normally love Jacquemus. This is not hitting for me, especially after Tyla's bum on look last year
Yeah.
with the sand. It's
Yeah.
just, I had high expectations. She looks great, but not for me.
I like the pinstripe.
Yeah.
It looked like maybe it just got slightly wrinkled in transport.
Yeah, a
You
little
know?
bit. And to be honest, pinstripes to me, it's a delicate dance before you start looking like Beetlejuice. And she's not there.
Yeah.
But I am thinking about it a little
Yeah.
bit. Kylie and Ferragamo. Kylie is looking good, riding solo as well.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet was watching the Knicks on an iPad.
And it was
He
he was in
was.
France.
I think he was in France.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because at first I was like, people were like, oh my God, he stayed in the hotel to watch the Knicks. I was like,
No.
Okay, well, if he stayed in the hotel to watch the Knicks, he would be watching it on the TV.
Right.
Because, he'd be in New York. He'd put it on
Exactly.
TV. They were watching on an iPad.
On an
so-
iPad, VPN style.
Yeah, and
So
he's like posting at his story like, I'm shaking right now. Like he's just like, so
Hilarious.
he also had an amazing night. I loved this from Kylie. I thought that she was by far, it was only Kendall, herself, and Kim. No Chris.
No Chris.
No Chris, which I thought was interesting because I feel like this is such a
This would be right
Chris
up her
loves
alley.
the tailored suit.
You're right about that. And you know what? So does Courtney.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Courtney, I think,
yeah.
I don't know if Courtney's still getting the invite.
Kylie by far the best dress out of the three of them.
I agree.
think.
I agree completely. Ferragamo,
yeah.
another interesting, I don't know if I've seen her wear that
Yeah.
either.
Because here's Kim, which I didn't like.
Boring.
I know it was mixed reviews on this. Some people loved it. For me, it's not for me.
Boring. I don't like it.
I don't like.
And I'm trying not to be about,
Yeah.
my mixed feelings on Kim as a person. I can respect fashion, and it's
Just,
boring. It's boring
just
from
like
her.
another bodycon dress in a different material.
We get,
You know?
your body's an hourglass. We get it.
Yeah.
Let's move on to something new.
Like that hat could have been paired with something really cool, and it was not.
Agreed. Yeah, the hat's the best part.
Yeah, Charlie XCX. Fine.
And let's see, Anne
Good luck with that one.
Denolemister.
Denolemister. Yeah.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah. All black.
All
it's hard
black.
to really tell the.
Brat
it's
summer.
hard, when you wear all black like that, it's hard to kind of tell all the details.
Yeah, agreed.
In a photo.
She does look. Her face looks great. Her makeup. It's her hair's off her face.
Yep.
She looks. I like when Charlie kind of dresses up a little bit. I feel like she looks less grunge.
Yeah,
and she's got a beautiful face.
Yep. Chaperone.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Bored.
Really?
Safe.
Wow.
Safe for Chapel. That's exactly what I would expect Chapel to wear.
Safe for Chapel.
Exactly what I would expect her to wear. And
Yeah.
maybe she went safe for her first Met Gala, whatever. I think it's her first. And she looks like David Bowie. Okay.
Yeah.
Love it. Cool. But ultimately, this is pretty much, if I had to draw, what do I think Chaperone's going to wear? It'd look just like this.
Yeah.
So I'm not blown away.
It didn't pull me in either direction, really. Mm-hmm. Usher looked handsome.
Handsome.
Suit.
Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
Basic.
Classic. Sabrina Carpenter, also in Louis. Amazing.
I loved hers. And can I point out one thing? So she's wearing this brown, high collar. It honestly is with long coattails, a little bit of a British feel to me is when I saw it at first. Then I went back and looked. Not to bring Barry into the conversation, but Barry's outfit for the Met Gala last year was a brown suit that was very similar with a cravat up top and also Louis Vuitton. So kind of funny.
Interesting.
I know.
No, I love this. I thought this was great.
Yeah.
It did make me think of the fit that Kendall wore not that long ago,
And I loved that look
which
too.
was also fantastic.
That was for the Carl one.
it was good.
Karl Lagerfeld.
Very good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Jenna Ortega. Come on. This was all made out of rulers, I believe.
This I don't know what it looks like.
It's like
I have no idea.
it was. It's
gorgeous.
really cool. It's really cool.
I will always praise Jenna Ortega any chance I get. She looks fantastic. Tiny waist, beautiful face.
Yep.
Everything about her gorgeous. I also like how she stays consistent with her look and style. You know,
Yeah. It's
she's always kind of
always
dark
a little
Empress
dark.
vibes.
Yeah, 100%.
Which I love.
100%. Nicki Minaj.
And Tom Brown,
Yeah.
just looking like Beetlejuice now.
I think everybody kind of expected there to be a lot of,
Tom
Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Although she's
fine.
got
It was
a
fine.
floral sleeve, maybe something.
Yeah, there's a little.
That's
yeah,
cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
Demi Moore, also in Tom Brown.
What-
So cool.
So amazing. And Fran, I didn't even know what it was until this morning. I thought, oh yeah,
I
cool.
saw your story, but yeah, she's a human tie.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you haven't taken a good look at Demi Moore's outfit, go to you can go to my story, but go to Tom Brown or Demi Moore or Brad Goreski's thing. She's wearing literally the bodice part is the knot of the tie. There's a thing going around her top of her head, and then the train of the dress is angled like the end of a tie. It literally is a tie.
Yep.
The necktie.
Really, really cool. I loved that. Mm-hmm. Monica Barbaro and Dior, gorgeous. Loved this.
Loved.
I thought this was really, really pretty.
Another snatched waist.
Yep.
Gorgeous.
Yep. Love the hat.
Mm-hmm.
Doechii and Louis as well. I think
Awesome.
we expected this kind of look from Doechii, and she nailed it.
Awesome. The cigar, obsessed. Did
Nailed
you see
it.
the pussy
Love the
bow?
color.
I love all the
Love
pussy
that
bows on the carpet.
Yeah, like that pop of burgundy.
Yes. Did you see the hubbub of her getting out of the elevator?
I did.
I think who cares?
Yeah. I mean, a little bit a lot,
Diva moment for sure.
but first met,
and
I think you probably really hype that up, and you want to have that moment. You don't want that moment ruined
exactly
by somebody, taking your video as you walk out of the hotel. So she went above and beyond.
Yep.
Cardi B and Burberry. I loved this.
I am obsessed with this.
I loved this.
Most of all, her hair and makeup.
Yeah.
Obviously the dress, the outfit is nuts. The color is perfect.
I love the color.
Her hair and makeup. I didn't recognize her.
Yeah.
She looks unbelievable. maybe best she's ever looked, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought
Unreal.
that a great outfit. Great outfit.
Burberry really crushing it.
Yeah, Keke Palmer and Vera Wang.
Obsessed with this look.
Love. Also another one that was a little, little funky, almost bridal, and it is Vera Wang.
It is.
And
Yep.
she's got like the leggings on underneath.
Yeah, I love a cigarette pant.
Yeah.
Any cigarette pant that we can work into the equation, I'm on board. And
Yeah.
I love her the little suit, kind of collar lapel, I guess you could say. Suit lapels up top.
Keke P can do
Gorgeous.
no wrong.
I love her. Her hair
honestly,
too. Her hair looked amazing. The
Yeah,
color was
she
incredible.
really can't.
So good.
Oh, Lauryn Hill
Oh my
and
god.
Stella McCartney.
Gorgeous.
I think this is one of my favorites.
With
of
the umbrella
right?
with it, like just a beautiful
This is really
combo.
one of my favorites.
I wonder if that umbrella was like a last minute addition
Oh.
for the rain, because it really kind of, especially with the yellow
Yeah.
from the flowers and the carpet, like
Perfect.
aesthetically, absolutely blew me away.
Perfect.
Blew me away. She
The
looks
yellow, so good.
Mhm.
The just silhouette, the piece in the back,
amazing. Yeah,
the whole thing, just fantastic.
gorge.
I absolutely loved that. I thought that was awesome.
Absolutely.
Gigi Hadid
Gigi.
in Miu Miu. She looks beautiful.
She does look beautiful.
This was apparently an ode to Josephine Baker. Yes.
Okay.
She was styled by Gabriella, you know what I'm talking about. She's the editor. Was one of the editors for Vogue.
Karifa Johnson.
Gabriella Karifa Johnson.
Okay.
Yes. So
That's fabulous.
This was you can see the old pictures of the comparison of where the inspiration for this dress came from. Is this very stunning dress that Josephine Baker wore to I think it was like maybe some award event of some sort.
I have to be honest, I knew nothing about this.
Yeah.
I didn't do a lot of research into Gigi's look. I just thought that she looked really good. Normally she I would put Gigi in the mid-range of looks when it comes to the Met Gala. I wouldn't say she's like I've never really thought she's the number one best dressed, and I've never even come close to thinking she is worst dressed or boring or anything. Usually she kind of plays it right in the middle.
So that's the
Maybe
photo.
a couple. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool. Wow.
So
that
this
looks
is
great.
Gigi Hadid wearing custom Miu Miu styled by Gabriella Karifa Johnson pays homage to designer Zelda Wynn Valdez, the first black designer to open her own boutique on Broadway in New York.
Wow.
Yeah. So I love that. I think the dress is love the hair, makeup, beautiful. Beautiful.
Gorge.
Tom Ford looking like Tom Ford.
Tom Ford and Tom Ford.
Tom
Yeah,
Ford
yeah.
and Tom Ford.
He's handsome, Tom Ford. I'll say it.
Oh, 100%. Tough for Anna Swan.
Fashion faux pas.
Tough for Anna Swan, which
Is it tough for her or Zendaya?
no.
No, it's tough for
unfortunately,
Anna.
if you're going up against Zendaya, you're always gonna lose.
But
And-
Zendaya
and-
can't be happy.
No, but no matter
I bet
what,
Zendaya
it's like
feels bad. Because
it's like yeah.
Zendaya's a co-chair. It's like it's her party kind of.
Yeah.
And Anna Sawai shows up like this in Dior.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand how this happened. Like as far as I know, whenever there are big designers, especially a designer as big as Dior, most of them run their looks by Anna ahead of time. This is what I've heard. So I
Right.
don't know how much truth, but this is what I've heard. Run the looks by Anna. Anna approves, disapproves, whatever. Tries to compare notes to make sure not anybody is wearing like the same look. This look is so similar to Zendaya's look. It's like I just don't know how it slipped through the cracks. I feel terrible
Yeah.
for her. It just doesn't fit as well as Zendaya's either. And I hate to have to compare, but unfortunately
know.
they're identical.
I know. Unfortunately, it does suck that like it's just Zendaya's was so well tailored that now that looks like that almost looks baggy on her.
It does.
Which is like crazy to say.
It looks ill-fitting,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is sad.
Which is crazy to say.
Bummed out.
Halle Berry
My God.
and Laquan Smith.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Showing off that body yachty.
Yeah, she sure
with some
is.
panels.
She sure is.
Stunning. Cascading
Heidi
down the
Klum,
steps.
F minus.
Heidi
Boring.
Klum. Oh my God, this is the first I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Wearing vitamins, and you might as well. What
tried
did you get that?
0%.
She get that off the rack?
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
I know.
I'm devastated. Heidi
No, it's
Klum.
awful.
She's too much. She's too focused on Halloween.
Yeah, that's awful.
Okay.
Angel Reese wore Tom Brown. I like
oh my
this.
God, Fran! I did not even
know it was
recognize
Angel Reese?
that is
Yeah.
Angel Reese.
Yep.
She looks great.
She looks stunning.
I'm
Great
not
hair and
I'm not a
makeup.
fan of hers. I think she's got a loud mouth and she talks a
Agreed.
lot of shit for no reason. However, real recognize real. She looks
Yeah,
awesome.
she looks awesome.
in
She
this
really
Tom
does.
Brown
She
outfit. Her
totally
hair and
does.
makeup looks amazing. Those
Yeah.
earrings are gorgeous. Doja Cat and Marc Jacobs.
Doja Cat channeling her best Fran Drescher almost.
She said,
a little,
"Yeah,
and,
look,
like, right?
She
Like,
did. I think she referenced something along those lines. She was talking with Ego and Tiana Taylor, and she said that she wanted to feel like a madam, and she was like, I want the big shoulders. I want to walk in the room and feel like I command the room, and I think she did just that.
She did that, definitely.
Another one whose outfit happened to blend in well, or not blend in, but be accented well by the background. You know, I feel like she looks good amidst the carpet and flowers.
Yep.
Oh, sweet.
She like jumps up and down from the chair, and I think she's
like,
too warm.
I can't escape that camera.
I know. Yeah, she's like, get it off.
Okay.
Enough is enough. Jaden Smith. Jaden looking fine. Sure. Okay.
Yep.
Funky.
Yep.
Little
Some
boring.
people you're just like, okay.
Yeah. Again, not bad, but not good. Sophia
Richie in Tommy Hilfiger. It's a stunning dress.
Stunning dress. She's wearing it well. She's got simple hair, simple makeup, letting the dress speak for itself. I appreciate that. Tommy Hilfiger, though, I hope we come upon the Tommy Hilfiger, the outfit that really stood out to me. I don't know if you saw it. It was, his name is Damien Idris.
Damien Idris.
He's
Is that his
going to
name?
be in the
Yes.
F1.
F1, yes. So he showed up. Hopefully it comes up. Nicole Scherzinger in Prabal Gurung.
Yeah.
Love Prabal. And she
I
looks
thought this
good.
was Kim Kardashian
Really?
when she came on.
Interesting. I guess they do have kind of a similar look.
Yeah.
She looks good.
Yep. Lana Del Rey.
Valentino. Kind of boring. I was really hoping to see her husband on the carpet with her. She had when she was getting ready, she was posting pics like kissing him. So he was around. I thought for sure he'd come on the carpet.
That would have been something.
Would have been nuts. Sydney Sweeney,
Miu Miu. She looks gorgeous, obviously. Dress is beautiful. Hair and makeup is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Did she necessarily like nail the theme?
Not so sure.
So sure.
Yeah, I think that she just looks hot.
Yeah.
Looks hot, and the dress does fit well.
It fits her unbelievably.
You know, the tailoring is really
right.
nice.
If you were to go fully just on,
perfect amount of boobage
it is
as
tailored
well.
to perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Allen White.
In
Louis
Vuitton,
as well.
Another,
Handsome.
we got to get that big Pharrell pick by the end.
Yeah.
Looking good.
The Louis, Louis really knocked out of the park. So shout out Pharrell.
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
Yeah. They don't make it easy to buy concert tickets these days. You got to sign up for the pre-sale, get in the queue, and by the time you get through, the best seats are gone. Going to a concert should be about the show itself, not waiting in a virtual line. Lucky for us, we have Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to showtime. I've been looking at so many shows this summer. Yeah. Beyonce's coming up. Jonas Brothers are in town. Gracie Abrams. I need to be at Gracie Abrams.
I've got my eyeballs on Lady Gaga. Later in the summer, Lady Gaga, and I will be there, courtesy of Game Time. I must.
Lady Gaga.
I'm going to Kendrick on Thursday, courtesy of Game Time.
Amazing. There's so many good shows coming up. So you guys join in on the fun. Get those tickets. What are you waiting for? It is time to buy those tickets. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHICKS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. I love Lakeith Stanfield in this in Ferragamo.
He looks great.
I thought that was awesome. I love that hat. I love the color, that cream. Kind of had like a train. The front, like lapels, kind of like went into a train type vibe.
Yeah,
it was really
it's awesome.
Cool. Really cool.
Very nice.
Miranda Kerr and Dior, pretty and boring.
Exactly.
You know,
pretty and boring. Nice necklace.
Yep.
I'm over it otherwise.
Yep. Brian Tyree Henry. Love him.
Love
this.
Look.
I think a lot
Gorgeous.
Goes without saying, right? You hear this, you think suit, you know there's going to be like a lot of black, white, grays, which a lot of people stuck to. So it was nice to see when people still took like a suit and gave it a good pop of color.
Agreed.
Because there wasn't too many.
I love when people take a fashion risk.
Yeah, I love
it.
Thought that was really cool.
Agreed.
Nick and Priyanka.
Here we go.
Giving their best. Prince Eric and Cruella de Vil.
Yes. Yes.
Tell me Nick Jonas is not like, okay, Prince Eric.
1,000,000,000%. Both in Balmain.
Yeah.
I would say, there is that's the best way to describe it. Nick,
Strategic pose
on
the stairs.
On the stairs. Yeah, shout out to Nick for knowing his angles.
Yeah, and that
Shout out
hat, especially with the hat. It's
The
hard to
hat
pose
is
next to
working.
someone with a hat like that.
It really is.
Priyanka looks stunning.
They both look awesome. I
Yeah.
think even Nick's looking like thick in the pecs, you know, like that shirt's doing it for his upper half.
Yeah.
And then the little
No, he looks very handsome.
looks great. They both
Prince
look
Eric,
really good.
my favorite prince.
My
of
favorite
all.
prince by a mile.
Not even close.
Not even close.
No contest.
Is there I said there's not even a second prince that could hold a candle.
Nope. There's really not.
Not
There's
at
really
all.
not.
Ooh, Sarah Snook. Not sure who she's wearing, but looking great. Obviously, right in the middle of that massive Broadway play she's doing where she plays like 20 different people or something. Crushing it. Gorgeous.
A lot of buttons, it seems, and a lot of the strong shoulders.
Janelle Monáe.
She's always going to wear something unique and cool. And Tom Brown, and this is exactly that. Optical illusion, really just like boxy and yet structured at the same time because of the design.
She's also
really cool.
She was also doing like a bit about it. Like when she was on the carpet, she would like pose and then like, kind of train her face to be
Looked like
like
she wasn't breathing.
Yeah, she would sit there, but then she was
Maybe
also
she wasn't.
like moving her head as just so like she was kind of a mix between like fashion and tech, which I feel like is kind of her thing. Like she likes to appear as like a trippy robot.
Right.
Tom Brown helped her succeed. Oh, Andre 3000.
He wore a full-blown piano.
A full-ass piano in Burberry, piano like a backpack. All I kept thinking about was how heavy is that piano?
He released a piano album like as he walked the carpet, I guess.
Yeah,
Awesome.
he did.
I love him.
Smart. Natasha Lyonne.
I'll tell you.
What? Why?
I liked it. I liked it
Kelly,
because
what?
I liked her hair, if I'm being so real.
Okay,
I
that's
think
fair.
I think she's an Alexander McQueen. I think
But what does this dress have to do with it? Like, it's
definitely nothing.
Yeah.
It's got, high collar, long sleeve. It's sheer. We're not sure how it is theme wise. It's very see-through. The way she was standing was almost uncomfortable. I don't really know if she like loved her own look, but I will say her hair stole the show. Like I'm barely looking at anything else, and that's just a personal preference.
It's a little brave for me.
that is true.
Yeah,
it is.
Quinta Brunson, another one where I was like, like you said, the stripe, the pinstripe can be tough.
Border
but I
Beetlejuice.
really liked this.
I really love her.
I love her.
And
I do
she's
love
wearing
her.
the shit out of this outfit.
She is.
Sergio Hudson wearing the shit out of it. Good for her.
She is. Definitely.
Oh.
Regé-Jean Page. Love
Hello, sir.
Love the red.
Long time no see.
Love the red.
Love the red. He looks
Yeah.
great. He's
Yeah.
so handsome. So it's like he could show up in a paper bag.
He is really quite handsome. That is very true. Amelia Gray actually really turned some heads in not a good way.
I hate this
Valentino.
look. Despise.
Yeah. Nope.
It looks
I don't like anything
um,
about this, to be honest.
It looks like I don't know, like 20s but boudoir shoot.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like it at all.
It didn't work.
Not good. And I feel bad because she's really trying hard to like break in and be respected as this like fashion icon.
Yeah, I don't think any part of it worked.
You gotta lose sometimes, and that was a loss. Rachel Brosnahan looking the same as she always is, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty, but once again,
boring.
it was just very well fit. It's a Rosalia, same kind of thing.
Balmain.
That dress is her body. Like that is.
Yeah.
Basically, like it almost looks like plaster.
She should have worn that for Heavenly Bodies, if I'm being honest.
That's fair. That's
last
very
year's
fair.
theme. And
Wait,
also,
hold on.
Wait, is that Caleb from Stranger Things?
Caleb McLaughlin, Dior. This is the kid from Stranger Things.
Yes.
Amazing.
He looks awesome.
Amazing. I was blown away.
He looks incredible.
I said, "Oh my god, is that the kid from Stranger Things?"
Caleb McLaughlin. We were just
Love
scrolling.
it.
I
How has
can't
the new
believe
Stranger Things season not come out yet? And he looks like he's 30.
I have no idea.
I know.
He looks fantastic. I didn't see him last night.
Yeah, right.
Excellent.
Isn't that cool?
Great look. And
Love
I love
the
all
look.
his fun little brooches
Yep,
and everything.
yep.
The pops of color.
Yep.
Mwah. Nicely done.
I know, that was good. I liked that a lot.
Me too.
Shakira was another miss for me.
Shakira, I want to respect, again, I respect someone who's willing to go through the trouble of dragging a train up those stairs.
Yeah.
And I do like Prabal Gurung. I'm a big fan generally of his work. And I will say that her dress was this big pink thing. His suit jacket was white with bedazzled cherry blossoms embroidered in it. And I said, I'm sorry, you're upstaging the bride. Like, I love your jacket more than I like Shakira's outfit.
Yep. I like Tessa Thompson also as well. She looks
cool,
novel,
funky.
too. That was
she looks
cool.
very Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, yeah.
Mad Hatter Tea Party vibe.
Laura Harrier, I think, is maybe my favorite.
She looks unbelievable. I until today had no idea who she was.
Really?
Yeah, I don't watch the 2 shows that she's in. I don't watch. And then Gia was like, "Oh, she was in like Spider-Man or something." I just missed her completely. She's gorgeous.
Outfit is stunning.
I love it.
She posed in it perfectly.
Yes.
But in Gap Studio, which is so cool, worked with Zach Posen. And I'm just obsessed with this. Really, I really am. I think this is gorgeous.
Exciting. The pant legs, the wideness,
the structure
amazing.
of the top.
Yeah. I would say the big pant legs make her waist even smaller somehow. It's just it's like a fun optical illusion. Beautiful material.
So good.
Love it. Lizzo in we're not sure, but
fine.
I actually said Lizzo looked okay. This is the best I've seen her look on a Met Gala red carpet.
Yeah,
probably ever.
I think that's I think it's good.
Her hair looks good. I think it's good.
Jalen Hurts and his now wife, Brie.
How adorable. They look awesome.
Oh, not only
jaw dropped.
I have to admit the first thing I did was zoom in on her left hand because they were recently married and I wanted to see the kind of want to see the bling she's got going and I was impressed.
The ring is gorgeous. Her dress is gorgeous. Her nails, hair, makeup, outstanding.
Have you ever seen a more beautiful couple?
No.
It's just
and
they're
Jalen
drop dead gorgeous.
So fucking handsome.
He's so
Fran.
handsome.
Like
it's
I know, I'm not. I'm a fair weather. I don't have an allegiance to any football team really. Yeah. But Jalen Hurts makes a strong case for the Eagles because I know. Shit. And I love his hat. We love a man who takes a fashion.
Love the hat. That's his. Kind of become a look for him. He also had really cool detailing on the top of his jacket. It's hard to tell.
I believe he had some kind of. Did he have like a cape?
Not really. It was more the jacket. Yeah,
it was just the jacket. Yeah, okay. It's hard to tell with a black. Angela Bassett and Burberry.
Yep, cool.
Fly.
I thought that was cool.
Very cool. Very kind of Doja Cat esque. Oh, there he is.
Yes. Oh, Damson Idris. I know what you're talking about.
Yes. Okay.
He had a full reveal.
Damson. Sorry.
Yes.
Damson Idris. He had a full reveal. So exciting. He's going to be in the new F1 movie. So he showed up wearing a bedazzled F1 helmet as well as a full F1 bodysuit, complete with logos that you would typically see. And of course, they ripped it off his body. And beneath, he had a beautifully tailored dark red suit with a pocket watch and a crisp collar. And what a handsome guy. Oh my God. Bell-bottom pants as well. Very 70s. Good look.
Really cool.
Good look.
Really cool. I loved a little performance on the
Tommy
carpet.
Hilfiger also.
It was loved. Chance the Rapper I liked a lot too.
Chance looked great. I really liked it. When he came in, I maybe because he had the hat and the glasses, I didn't recognize him at first either. Yeah. But he looks amazing, I think. Versace, I think, yeah.
Russell Wilson and Sierra.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Sierra's beautiful. Russell, kind of boring.
Yeah.
Overall.
Standard for Russell, I think.
Yeah. I'm not blown away by this couple.
I don't love her dress.
Yeah, me neither. I appreciate the idea, but...
Yeah. Shabuzi.
I
love this.
Obsessed with this.
I love the turquoise beading.
So I was saying this earlier that Shabuzi is the kind of guy, like I am a Shabuzi fan. I don't care if he just has that one song forever.
Yeah.
I think he seems to be a kind, wonderful, exciting person who will put his all into everything. And I love to see that reflected on this carpet. He made sure that he was going to show up and show out. And I love this. I love it.
I agree. Patrick Schwarzenegger looked a little like American Psycho.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved the
I like the belt. I like
details.
I like it. I think yellow. That the yellow is like a little too gold for my tasting.
Yeah, it could be lighter maybe.
But,
I don't know though.
But I thought it was great. I don't know
why it kind of looks like he's like in Star Wars to me.
You're not wrong. It is a little Jedi robe. Like.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. It looks good, I think.
Amy Lee Wood, they went together, the two of them.
Yes, she looks adorable.
Moral support.
She finally addressed the feud rumors about Walton Goggins.
What did she say?
She said, "I loved working with Walton. It was the best thing ever. He's going to be incredible doing SNL. It's the perfect thing for him to do. It's going to be hilarious. I'm so excited to see it."
Good. Hopefully everybody can just chill out
that's not
now.
exactly addressing the feud.
I mean,
it was
it's
just
trying to be like, we have no issues.
Yeah,
for sure.
Whether it's
which,
true or not.
Again, like everybody needs to move on past that. Stop making a mountain out of a molehill.
Right.
That's all he had to do the other day.
I know.
But he's a temperamental guy. He's an actor, He's dramatic.
Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats are just, regardless of what you think about this,
Yes.
they're so iconic, the two of them.
They are.
Like, that's a good matching couple.
They're very in tandem. And
Yes.
they're complementary, not only as people, but also in looks. And
I do
they're
love
great.
the illusion of the stripes, especially on her cape.
I agree. I like the sleeves or whatever she's holding. That looks awesome.
Yep.
Looks very cool. Colors. Oh, Serena Williams.
Serena
You seen her?
Williams, yeah, pretty.
Serena Williams looks good.
Pretty. It's a pretty dress.
Edward Enninful.
Anytime anyone has a cape like that, I'm like, that looks like a comforter.
Yeah,
You know?
it does. Yeah, it really does. You're right.
The way that falls, but totally fine.
Totally agree. Hunter Schafer and Prada.
Pretty.
Nicely done.
Yep.
Well fitting. Love
Well
the hat.
fit. Yep. Jodie Turner-Smith. Stunning.
Oh my God! Look at her.
Look at that.
The hat, and I love the color. It's my favorite color.
I know.
Everything about it is
That
great.
hat, I'm
the,
obsessed.
the mixing of textures, what looks like maybe a little
This-
leather in there.
This is like
or
everything
velour. I
Kim
don't know what.
Kardashian wished her outfit was like.
100%.
With like a leather and a hat, and like
Yes.
this is like, it's got the leather with the hat and the
silk
pant, like
underneath,
yep,
satin, whatever.
Yep.
The boot,
Yep.
perfection. If Kim walked out in this, I'd say best dressed.
Right? Like, but no,
no,
Jodie
Jodie-
is a style icon.
Burberry
and that's
again.
freaking amazing.
Burberry
so-
might be my fave.
Yeah, I really had some
Ooh,
good
Cola
ones.
Cola, who I love so much. Oh, Mary, crazy outfit,
Yeah,
but expected from him.
yep.
Cynthia Erivo, chilling in Givenchy,
Yes, love.
looking beautiful. Very
Yeah.
cool top.
I don't have too much commentary on this.
Me
I thought
neither.
it was cool.
It's very her.
Yeah, exactly. As expected.
No Ariana. Ariana didn't make it.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
She said she put something like, "Oh, maybe next year." I feel like
Yeah.
she was busy or something.
It's just maybe a lot,
Definitely.
It's a lot going on.
She's got too much going on.
This Tracy Ellis Ross, I loved. I thought this was really
Yeah,
cool.
it is
Talk
cool.
about like a fun, different silhouette. Still fit her, but the way the pants are shaped and the bow and the really cool.
Very, very loud, exaggerated. A little camp almost.
Definitely
Maybe
in a good way.
She got it in a good way. Maybe she
Yep,
got
yep,
got some pointers from her besties
Yep.
over at RuPaul's Drag Race.
totally. Miley,
Miley.
look, gorge. She's
Yes.
like it's
I love it.
stunning.
Her body looks insane.
Yeah, it's stunning. And if we're gonna go strictly on fit and like it fits her perfectly. That's tailored, obviously.
I also love she's wearing Alaya. I love anybody wearing Alaya. But it's an Alaya.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So
You
automatically
tell
I
her
love
that
it.
you liked it in person.
Yeah. I'll
Just let her know later. Yeah.
Suki Waterhouse, I
Ooh.
thought this was cool. This was, in my opinion, a better vibe of what Emma Chamberlain was doing.
I completely agree.
And
It
we
just-
can't see the back of this in this picture, but the back was really cool.
It's very similar and just really, really she looks amazing.
Yes.
And I think that carries a lot of weight.
She is a supermodel.
Right. She's
So-
just so pretty. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it had a cool train
Big,
and a
long
really
train.
cool back across. Yeah. So
A
all
very
around.
like straight
Yep.
train,
Yep.
not like a big
Yep.
flowing background.
Gail King. Unfortunately, the hits keep coming for Gail.
Ooh.
Hits
This
keep
looks
coming.
awful.
Send
Holy
that
shit.
dress to space, Gail.
100%. Stick it in that tube.
Yep.
Get it out of there. Put Katy Perry in
Oh,
it too.
baby, but leave Callum Turner on this planet.
Ooh.
He is so handsome.
Dreamy.
Him and Dua Lipa, my God, are they a perfect couple?
They
I'm
really
obsessed
are.
with them. He looks great. Dua, I also think looked fantastic. I don't know if she's like coming up soon
I
in
hope
this
so.
too.
Dual looks great too. Oh, Henry
Golding, I loved.
Love.
This one is good, different
This is the first
color.
I'm seeing. First I'm seeing of this.
Right?
Gorgeous. A chartreuse, a dark,
yeah.
a peridot, perhaps.
And I love that one little Spider-Man
The one curl.
curl he's got
he looks
going,
great.
you
I
know?
love Henry
Yeah.
Golding.
Yep.
Speaking of, I haven't seen Simple Favor 2 yet.
Megan Thee Stallion, fine. To be honest, it's like a little bit of a lesser version of what Diana Ross was wearing.
I completely agree.
know?
It's like a lesser version of it's like a mix between Diana Ross and Keke Palmer.
Yeah.
And kind of like a low-key version of both.
Yeah.
And I'll say this about Meg. She's always well-dressed. She looks amazing. She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Always down for the cause. I feel like she could have had something better than this. I appreciate the fur, but
Yep.
Did you see she snuck her phone in? And she was like posting videos like from inside the Met
Oh, I
Gala.
didn't see.
fuck,
Yeah,
did she? Well,
she
she's
was,
not
like,
going to get
with,
invited
like-
back.
like, her table, I think, was
Damn.
like Angel Reese and
Oh, her invite's
Founder,
gonna
yeah.
her invite's gonna get
I
rid
actually
of.
thought that. I was
Absolutely
like, is Anna went to the tip to
Yes.
find this funny or like?
No, she like
that's-
she takes
people
away
get
invites.
she was
punished.
People do
posting
that.
a shit ton of videos
Wow.
and being like, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but like,
Oh.
here, like-
I mean,
Damn.
she'll never. That's it then.
Damn.
first and the last time we see Meg on the carpet, probably.
Yeah. I liked Kerry Washington.
I like this
Pretty.
look too. I saw her coming out of the mark, and she looked good on the
Very
move.
pretty.
Yeah,
very like
great hair,
beautiful. Just I don't even know the right way to describe, but like
the cut, the length.
Yeah, I love the skirt. I love the shape of the skirt.
Me too. I like how it's sheer as well.
Yeah,
Sexy,
yeah.
but
Yep.
classy at the same
Really
time.
pretty.
Very nice.
Walton Goggins, he tried.
Funky.
People loved this. I said this is a good for him for me,
I agree, and I'm not surprised by this. I think it's right up his alley.
I think it's Tom Brown.
I think so too. It's not saying, but it looks like it. He's an actor. I said it before. He's a fashionista. He's always looking like he likes an outfit. We've all seen the GQ spread.
For sure.
Wasn't surprised to see a look from him. Luke.
I was actually shocked to see Spike Lee not at the Knicks game and just walking the
yeah.
Oh wow.
It's an important event to be at,
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway, pretty.
Carolina Herrera. During her interview, she said that specifically she was hoping to be able to wear a shirt like that.
Yeah.
And that when it became an option in her outfit, she was overjoyed, and that she's been dying to wear an outfit just like this for a long time.
Well, good. I'm glad she found the event to do it.
Yep. Great hair too.
Lisa.
Lisa.
Gorge. Loved her hair and makeup.
Loved.
Loved the jacket.
Another Pharrell
but she
number.
did. Yeah, she apparently there were famous women's faces on her panties.
Yes, including Rosa Parks, which is causing quite the stir. However, Pharrell dressed her, so I don't know.
Right.
And Lisa's she's famous as hell.
Right. I don't know if
Am I offended? I don't know. Are people offended?
No, I who are we to say?
Well, yeah, but would you be offended by anyone's faces on panties? I don't think I would be.
I don't know, but I think there's
crazy.
multiple people. No,
there are.
It looks like there's a ton of people.
It's like a myriad of women.
Yeah. So
Do you
I don't
imagine you told Rosa Parks one day a K-pop star will be wearing your face on her panties.
Yeah, on her
right over her
honor
vagine.
you.
Yeah,
it is a little strange. I don't know. It's probably wouldn't be my first choice of look.
Yeah.
But I mean, if Pharrell says, put this on, I'm going to put it on. I'm going to trust him. Hopefully not look like a fool. Andrew Scott,
I liked the color, color.
I don't like the mustard yellow shirt on the bottom, the very bottom. I'm not a fan of that combo.
Yeah.
But I love him.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, here's Dua Lipa.
Oh, she looks great. Yeah.
She looks beautiful. Oh.
She really does.
Obsessed
Funky
with her.
hair.
Yeah.
Cool. Fits really well.
Yeah.
Yada.
Wasn't blown away, but still,
Yeah.
great.
Still gorgeous.
Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, beautiful. I
Gorgeous.
love Dwayne Wade's outfit.
Me too. And they always show up too. Dwayne Wade's another guy who is he's comfortable in his masculinity.
Absolutely.
And he'll take a fashion risk.
Absolutely.
And we love him for that.
I think
and Gabrielle
he did that.
is
Yeah.
just
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
always.
Mindy Kaling, I thought this was cool too.
Yeah.
Different for
Harbison
her.
Studio.
Yeah.
I don't know that's
Harbison?
Harbison Studio.
Yeah. Lord wore this kind of bandage type piece, and then the top was just in the front.
Yeah.
She kind of teased that it was an Easter egg for something else she's got coming. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot now that she's got a new album coming out.
Yeah.
So.
I'll be honest. Lord's outfit boring to me.
I loved Bad Bunny.
Love Bad Bunny.
I loved
always.
Bad Bunny.
He always crushes.
I don't know what
Prada.
he needs to carry that suitcase around for. That's a piece of luggage, but I love it.
He's really he's really making his ad dollars because it's clearly a Prada tote.
Yep.
When he gave his interview, he gave it all in Spanish, which I loved. He's always doing that. Barry Keegan.
Barry Keegan,
looking so thin right now from this angle.
I know. Maybe
What?
he's got maybe for a different role he's got
He
or something
must
coming
be
up.
because he's looking. from the other angles I saw last night, I just thought he looked nice. I did not think he looked very thin, and right now he's looking super thin. Not seeing the designer, but he's in kind of an Asian inspired.
It did feel
look.
that way. Yeah, did feel that way. Definitely.
Listen, I'm a Barry fan. Okay? I'm a Barry fan,
I am too.
and I apologize for that.
I loved this from Joey King.
Your sister did too. It was her favorite look. I think Joey looks awesome here. She's wearing a Miu Miu suit with a funky checkered printed shirt, funky printed tie. The suit itself has bedazzles all over it. They look like pinned brooches or just pieces of jewelry, whatever it is.
I think it's really cool
It
and
looks
on
really
theme
cool.
and different
Green.
and and good for her. You
She's
know?
another one. She's looking like the Mad Hatter, but in a good way.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Excellent. Her
Yep.
makeup too. She's got like a red.
Yeah.
Like her blush is going all the way up on the sides of her eyes.
Yep.
Love it. Love.
Lupita Nyong'o Chanel, stunning.
She
One of
can
my
do no
favorite.
wrong. She can
One of
do
my
no
favorite of the
wrong.
night. This color blue is so gorgeous.
It's also so good on her. Let's not
Yeah.
forget the Oscars dress that she wore. That similar,
Yeah.
very
Yep.
similar color.
Yep.
It's so good on her. Also, a very similar material as that first dress.
Yeah.
Except this time it's a suit.
And
with
I
a
love this
beautiful chiffon cape.
I love this look for Chanel too. Like
too.
I think it's very, very
Chanel
fitting.
did a good job this year on the carpet.
Yeah.
They're starting to turn it around.
Sometimes the Chanel stuff can be boring.
I agree. Well, remember everybody wanted to free Margot Robbie
Yeah.
from her prison, but I think that they're stepping up.
Yep. Small
Well,
Biles
Simone.
looks cute.
Cutie.
Cute. Yeah. Love. Fun. Love that color.
Yeah. Mhm.
Zoe Saldana. Also Louis. I mean, really,
Oh,
like
that's right. Zaldana now.
Saldana, yes.
Sorry.
But truly, Louis won the night by far. Like Pharrell,
Definitely.
award goes to you.
Absolutely. He
That
really
I think
does.
this is so cool too.
It looks
The
awesome.
buttons all the way down the front and the sleeves, the cool hip silhouette.
Yep.
Love.
Kind
the
of like
bob works
inverse-
perfectly for it too.
Absolutely.
The hair.
Inverse
Yep,
hip, like
yep,
whatever's going on there.
yep.
Yeah, I love the bob, love the fringe, little
The
bang
more
for
I
the
looked,
occasion.
the more I looked at this, the more I loved it.
Me too. It looks great.
Unfortunately, Maya Hawke in Prada might be my
Your least
worst.
favorite? Worst
Yeah.
dress?
I don't like to say worst. I will say most looking lost.
Yeah, I don't see
She
the
looks
theme
misplaced.
Here. Yeah.
She looks like
She looks like she was late for, like, again, Heavenly
Yeah,
Bodies,
right.
Fairy, Little Red Riding Hood vibes.
yeah. I just don't
The
see
color
this at all.
The colors
really.
are doing nothing for her.
No,
they're washing
I
her
know
out.
all of it. Yeah.
Who is it? Prada. Yeah.
Prada.
Sorry,
Unfortunately,
Prada.
it's a miss. It's a miss. Yeah.
Sadie Sink.
Sadie Sink.
Prada. Okay.
Prada. This I'm okay with this.
Me too.
I don't love this. I think her makeup was really pretty. I didn't love her hair.
I don't love her hair either. It's funky hair, but
Yeah.
I'm just not. I don't
Yeah.
know if it looks great on her. Although it's nice to see it all off her face. She's got such a beautiful
I think
face.
it's just like a lot of dress for her in a way, you know?
Yeah, I agree. It's wearing her a little bit.
Yeah. All right. I think we went through basically all the major looks. I will say, all in all, I did love a majority. Lupita Nyong'o is up there for me. Diana Ross, amazing.
It's hard to beat Diana.
It's hard.
She just-
It's hard. Yeah.
especially the story behind it all. Absolutely
Yeah.
jaw dropping.
I know. I think that the everyone in Louis really stole the show for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think Pharrell, hopefully he's giving himself a big pat on the back today. Maybe a glass of champagne, feeling happy.
Yep.
Perhaps.
Yes. Nailed it. Oh no, you missed it. You made a great song pun.
Oh, come on.
That was yeah.
Oh, come on,
Fuck, Noah. I did that for you.
Yeah,
Regardless,
seriously.
yes. I think that I think if anyone had a shred of doubt that he would lead Louis Vuitton anywhere other than perfection is now been put to rest. He is doing a great job. I know. We're happy for him. And a lot of Burberry. I would say
Burberry was
Louis
great.
Vuitton for
Louis.
sure, crushed it.
Yep.
Great Burberry looks. Happy
Yep.
about that. Prada snuck a couple of good ones in there, but a couple of misses as well. And that's pretty much that. Really,
Yeah.
not a super wide range of maybe just for our favorites that we're seeing.
Yeah.
Of designers. I feel like the
Yeah.
the usuals were all stealing the show.
Yeah, agreed. But a fun night, and that wraps up all the Met Gala coverage. And we'll be back for, oh my God, it could be a Met Gala combo again next year. Who knows?
Oh my God.
Who knows? But all right, let's get into the pop corner. Introducing innovation from the award-winning #1 dry shampoo brand. The new Batiste Light Dry Shampoo is their lightest dry shampoo ever, addressing some of the main reasons you may not already be using dry shampoo. It blends seamlessly into your hair and leaves no visible white residue. It's lightweight and non-gritty, absorbing oil and grease for a cleaner-looking hair without weighing it down. The Batiste Light Dry Shampoo comes in 2 soft and subtle scents: mellow melon and zen matcha. They
Yum.
both smell great. They're light.
Yes, they do.
They're easy. You know when you get your blowout and then the next day you're like, why is this already looking kind of oily? You want to bring it back to life? The Batiste Light Dry Shampoo will do that. You can buy the Batiste Light Dry Shampoo online or in store at your nearest retailer. All right, let's get into the pop corner. We're going to take your voicemails, hear what's going on. Of course, don't be alarmed when you hear they're addressed to Rhea. she is still not here, but we have Kelly. So
Again, I'm channeling Rhea. You saw
yes,
glasses,
yes,
leopard,
exactly,
et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly.
Hi, Fran. We miss you, Rhea.
There we
I
go.
wanted to call in. I just listened to the podcast where you talk about Joe's new song, Heart by Heart. My friend pointed out to me that he didn't even really write that song. Louis Capaldi did. So I was a little shook by that and also sad that it wasn't actually about Sophie. So, yeah.
Damn.
Damn, that is really disappointing.
That did just kind of ruin the song for me a little bit. I'm not gonna
And
lie.
I was just hyping him up on our Taylor Watch pod,
but
saying
also
he will
like
get your Harry Styles fix. With that song.
also just because it was written by Louis Capaldi, doesn't mean Joe didn't hear it and go, "Wow, I feel this way."
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
I listen to Taylor Swift all
could
day
still
long
be
and relate it to my life.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like there could still be some intention behind it.
Without question. Why else would he have felt like, oh, this song speaks to me enough to then put it on my album?
Right.
If not for the fact that he feels that way.
Exactly, I agree. So that's the lane I'm gonna live in.
We'll keep up the fantasy, yeah.
Hi, girls. Hi, Noah. This is Mary. I live in Boston. Saw you guys at the Christmas live show this winter. Absolutely love you guys. Murray reposted my sign on his story. No big deal. So I'm calling today because I want your thoughts on something that you haven't talked about, but it just absolutely consumes my TikTok For You page. And that's the Daisy Edgar-Jones and Paul Mescal lore. I binged Normal People recently for the third time, and it just took me 2 full days to recover. I do not believe that show is just acting. I think they're so in love. Plus, in all of Paul's interviews, he always mentions her, and he's posting her all over his Instagram, although he won't accept my follow request, so I can't actually see it, but I see that he does that. I just love them together so much, and I don't understand why they're not together. I saw a TikTok comment recently that said they do know they're allowed to be together, right? And I think that just summarizes it perfectly. So I would love to know your thoughts on this, especially Fran, because she is a Paul Mescal girl like myself. Okay, bye, girls. Love you.
Bye.
I don't know. There is some kind of lore with the two of them where it's just like there's like such a deep
They're like a
love and respect
like a
that
soulmate.
they don't want to break that that barrier.
I would
maybe.
liken them to a more serious version of Kate Hudson, Matthew McConaughey. How they have that true love and respect and appreciation, and they work well, and their chemistry is insane, and we're always buying their love story, whether it's highs or lows. Yeah,
I think with Paul, like, and I don't know what the details are of it. It almost feels like Paul maybe loves her so much, and she's just sees him as Paul, like
it could be
one of those scenarios.
Well, I said it before. I forget where I said it, but the Gracie Abrams does give a little bit of Marianne vibe. You know what I mean? Not saying that Paul is always Connell, but I do think that Gracie is a little more Marianne than
That's fair. That's fair.
So maybe he does. Maybe he likes that vibe. But yeah, I think that they have from what it seems like, they have a sacred friendship. And and possibly a connection that none of us will ever understand. Right. But we
also,
love their friendship regardless.
I really do think having to film a show like that is just such a unique experience that we just don't know what that feels like.
Right.
Like, it's so intimate.
So intimate.
And you have to like really get close with the person for it to be believable, So they did that. I think that kind of just gives them like an abnormal relationship.
For sure. And there's that trust that you have to build, it's another level.
Hi, Rhea and Fran. Love you guys so much. Rhea, congratulations on your wedding. You looked absolutely stunning.
We'll pass that along.
I hope you are enjoying the heck out of your honeymoon. I have a situation, I guess, that started kind of as a bit, and now I'm like actually kind of annoyed about it, and I want your thoughts. So my boyfriend and I have been together for like 7 years. We've been together since high school. So obviously I'm very close with his family. His brother started dating a new girl last couple months. Obviously when his brother posted him and the girl, I followed her on Instagram. She never followed me back. It started kind of as a bit. I was texting my boyfriend being like, well, she never followed me back. Ha ha ha, this is so funny. And then since then, now I've met her a couple times. Liked her posts. they just went to a wedding over the weekend.
Oh, no.
I liked her Instagram story from the wedding, and she still hasn't followed me back. It started as a bit, and now I'm kind of annoyed because I'm like, we've met several times. Like, this is just strange to me. Do you not like me or something? I'm curious to know your thoughts. I know it's really not a big deal, but it started as a bit, and then now I'm kind of annoyed about it, actually. So, curious to know your thoughts. Thanks, guys. Love you.
That is funny.
That's hilarious.
You
And
know what?
honestly,
Fucking unfollow her ass.
I completely identify with this. It would also like start as a bit, but then turn into an actual rivalry for me as well. I would say yes, either unfollow her yourself, forget it, or if you feel comfortable enough, or if you're a brazen individual, be like, hey, why aren't you following me on Instagram?
Right. I think at this point, if you've been out, like you met her a couple times, you're liking her stuff. Like the next time you're in a social setting, say something like as a joke.
Yeah.
Or
be like, oh, what? You're gonna unfollow me back? Are you gonna follow me back ever? Or?
Yeah. Or like or
too many requests to see mine.
Show her someone on Instagram, and then you start talking about Instagram. It's like, ease your way into that conversation. Mm-hmm. But it can be brought up in a funny way because it's not like it's been years and years where you're like, ooh, this is now really weird. But it is bizarre that she won't follow you back. I don't know what that.
Definitely.
Maybe she doesn't think she'll be around for the long game.
Maybe not. Also, too, yeah, maybe she's scared. Maybe she doesn't want to get in too deep. Also, as someone who I never pay attention to who's following me, so this has happened to me a lot actually with like people that are in my life.
Same.
But,
I actually am. Yeah,
I
am too.
So maybe she's not, but I can't imagine she's getting such a slew of follows that she can't possibly see your like here and there.
Right.
So I would say bring it up or unfollow her.
Hey Maria, hey Fran, love you guys. I am curious about what y'all think about these deluxe versions with all the unreleased tracks that didn't or on the original album. Personally, I'm a little sick of it. I think if you have a great album, let it be a great long album, but why do we need to release 3 additional deluxe albums with 5 tracks, and then there's the record and the CD, and it just seems a little excessive, and it's really all just to chart again after the album is released. Why can't you just make one perfect album, put all your favorite songs on it, and we'll love that. So curious on your guys' take.
Well, that is unfortunately a naive way of thinking, lady.
Certainly,
who has done this?
That feels pointed, and now I feel like I know why Noah put that voicemail in here. But a lot of artists do is, of course,
pointed towards Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
has she done that?
You're the worst. So actually it's funny you bring this up, and funny this girl brings this up because we did actually have a conversation about this recently because of Ariana's deluxe album that just came out recently. I said, is everyone doing deluxe albums now all of a sudden because Taylor did some, or have they been doing them all along? And we did our due diligence, and almost every single pop girl has put out some sort of deluxe album within the last 5 to 10 years.
Boy bands too,
multiple times,
a lot. Yeah,
I think something that has to do. Obviously, it's capitalism.
Look, Taylor does it to an excess that most don't.
I disagree. Billie Eilish does it more than anybody.
Yeah.
And Charlie XCX, no one put out more deluxe bullshit than Charlie XCX.
You can buy this song at Target and
but that's new. Like Taylor hasn't done that until like Eras Tour.
I think in the past few years, not just Taylor, everyone it's gone in excessive.
No, it absolutely
deluxe
is.
albums have always existed.
It really doesn't bother me that much though, because it's like, okay, I know I get it. It's like, oh, if you have the songs already, why not just put out everything on the album? Mm-hmm. But maybe you're not sure about them and you put the album out and you're like, you're in between. I don't know.
I don't even think it's that deep, Fran. I think it's literally like, this is a marketing
just how we
plan.
do it.
Like, this is how it's done. And if you got a
and
problem
labels
with it,
are like, this is how we're going to
call up UMG. You know what I mean? Like, this is
right.
just kind of how things roll out now to stay top of mind, because when someone puts out an album, it's great for a couple weeks and then everyone forgets about it unless you remind people that it's there. Like, Ariana Grande's deluxe album came out a few weeks ago. I listened to it nonstop for 2 weeks, and then until this past weekend, I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
You need to, you got to stay relevant somehow. And
it does make you go back to the first,
yes.
Like, when I've listened to those deluxe songs for Ariana a lot too.
Me too.
And then it reminded me how good Eternal Sunshine is.
Yes.
And I was like, ooh, I'm going to play the whole album from the beginning again. You know?
Exactly. And that's by design. So any of the artists that do that like that. I think like literally Brat has still more deluxe albums coming out and singular songs and a remix with Lorde and a remake.
Yeah.
Like Charlie did the most this year. She did more than Taylor. Like if you put them side by side, she did more than Taylor. I know that's hard to believe, but it's true.
Everybody does it. So yeah. Let's do one more.
Hey, Rita and Fran. My name is Emma, And I have kind of a hot take, but more just a statement, too. I want to get your opinion on. My hot take is that 90s rom-coms are the best rom-coms to ever be made. I know there's a lot of early 2000s, some 2010s rom-coms, but a 90s rom-com, specifically with Tom Hanks, is unparalleled. You have Sleepless in Seattle. You've Got Mail. Or really any 90s rom-com. Think of When Harry Met Sally. So I just wanted to get your hot take on that as well. So yeah, let me know. Love you guys. Bye.
Yeah, 90s are elite. Those early 2000s are also really hard to compete with in my mind.
You know what I think it is, Fran? It's that a lot of those movies and shows came out when people were still just like enjoying movies for what they were. And they're all packed to the brim with cheese, but we still were like, you know what, this is sweet. Let's disappear in this story.
Right.
Let's pretend that it is likely that Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan would somehow meet over the airwaves in fucking Seattle, late night radio. Like that's not, or You've Got Mail, whatever. All those stories honestly bleed together for me. Regardless,
some of those Julia Roberts ones too.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, the Julia Roberts, My Best Friend's Wedding.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god! Like just such good, storytelling. But again, like people were willing to accept the story. Now everybody nitpicks and Rotten Tomatoes score and whatever. So I think that it's harder to make a rom-com now. But
When Harry Met Sally, I think, is the best rom-com.
Yeah,
so
I
good.
certainly won't disagree. I think 90s are really, really, really up there. But if you were to, like, late 90s, early 2000s.
Forget it.
It's, because those early 2000s. And I just also think specifically rom-coms it's just a genre that is so personal that I think really affects people, where it's like you find your favorite rom-com, you watch it 40 million times.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you've seen
Bridget Jones's Diary.
Exactly.
The amount of times I've seen that, sick.
Exactly. Like there's just certain movies that resonate so much with you, and then you'll like that. It also has to do with like what era you grew up in.
Totally.
Because when you watch those movies for the first time as a teenager, it's like life changing.
Yep.
So when you grew up at that time, and then exactly, for me that was a time when I was like, oh my, that was a life changing movie for me.
Do you feel like recently it's more about the couple off screen? Like when rom-coms come out, like the Sydney Sweeney effect, where like people like to talk about, are they together in real life more than
won't
they?
Just
enjoying the movie?
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good point.
There's a lot of offline chatter. Like it's like they can't just promote a movie and put it out. It's always
like the storyline is like, if it's scripted, which she says it is, like off screen is more.
But that's the thing
about.
now is like we as a society need to really be sold on the love story in order to enjoy it. Whereas like if you see Anyone But You without the hubbub, I still am enjoying Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney. They have great chemistry, but because of all the hubbub,
I almost find it would be better like without the. Because then I'm like, are they actually like you're thinking about their.
I don't know if that's also like the age of social media and everything that's changed that, you know?
Yeah.
It's like because the age of social media has changed it so much where people obsess so hard about leads in whatever, romance, TV, movies, whatever it is, being together in real life. And we just talked about it with normal people. It's like people can't fathom that there isn't an actual connection outside of the movie or TV show.
Yeah.
Where people like Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan have to be together in real life. Like, I don't know.
I bet you people thought it, but there was it was a different time. People weren't getting followed around. They weren't getting filmed every second. They could do stuff in private. Like,
and also, when you're casually discussing your favorite movies with your friends over brunch, it's different than having like a long-winded discourse on Twitter about it,
Totally.
So,
yep. Okay, thank you guys so much for calling.
Yay.
Love hearing from you. The next time we do this we'll be back. So call in for your honeymoon questions for her. That'll be fun. And we can go through all of those next week. So thank you guys so much for calling. There's a reason the biggest bombshells drop after the commercial break. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. With over $25 billion recovered for over 500,000 clients, Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. For over 35 years, Morgan & Morgan has been fighting for the people just like you and me. As supporters of the show and seeing how they are for the people, Morgan & Morgan is offering one lucky listener $2,000 and 4 tickets to Us Live here in New York City on June 12th. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan, and their fee is free unless they win. All you have to do is text the word chicks to For the People. That's CHICKS to 484-373-6753. All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We have Michelle Saniei. Did I get it?
You got it right.
Nailed it, from the Valley. So excited to have you in. Just have to start off. You look fabulous.
Oh, thank you. I'm in New York, so I gotta dress it up.
The outfit is amazing. And good for you, because it is gross in New York right now.
I didn't realize it was going to be raining and kind of gloomy.
I know. Well, I'm so excited that you're here. Rhea, my co-host, and I are obsessed with the Valley. She's on her honeymoon right now.
Aww.
So she's having a blast, and but I know she's ready to catch up on these episodes. But we have there's so much to talk about. How are you feeling watching this season back already? Just the first few episodes are so intense.
It was hard to rewatch. I mean, it was a hard time last summer, and I finally moved forward and moved on. Yeah. And then as soon as I watched it, I got all of the feelings back. So I'm just trying to remember it happened months and months ago, and I'm just trying to move forward.
What's that feeling like, having that in-between time when you do move on with your life, you do move on? What do you think about? Oh gosh, it's is it nervous energy before the show comes out?
Yes, it is, because we don't get to see it. We just saw it recently. So it's you continue your life and you're you don't know what it's going to look like after all. And then you rewatch it. So it is a very interesting and unusual dynamic.
Yeah. I want to go back pre the Valley, where it's what were you doing? Because I know they talk about your real estate business a lot on the show, but we don't really get full glimpses of it. So what was life like pre the Valley?
Yeah, and I wish that in the future you get to see that, because that was really my world.
Yeah.
I always knew I was going to be in business. My family was in business. I got a marketing and finance degree, so it was I always knew I wanted to sell houses. So I started doing that as soon as I graduated from university. I was about 22 and I sold 19 houses in my first year. So all I ever knew was sales and buying and selling in the real estate market. I never in a million years ever imagined I would do something like this. Ever.
How did that even happen then for you? Because I know it does feel like a lot of you were Vanderpump adjacent, really, friendly with a lot of that cast. Is that kind of how the Valley formed for you?
Well, so Jesse and Jax used to be roommates in New York over 20 years ago. They had a falling out. They didn't speak for a very long time. And when Jesse and I believe we were married, he reconnected with Jax and I met Brittany. And the moment I met Brittany, we clicked.
Yeah.
We were very similar in a lot of ways. And we would just spend a lot of time with Jax and Brittany. And Brittany loves to throw parties, have people over her house. So I just organically was meeting everybody. And little by little, I became close with Sheena. I became close with Kristen. I just became in that world. And once I had a baby, they mentioned would you ever want to do something like that? And I was just so I had a 6-month-old baby. I didn't really think it was going to happen. I was just put our names in there. And then finally it just really became a reality that we were going to do it.
What were the conversations like with Jesse at that time about joining the show? Because I think watching reality TV, it's when you see couples decide to do reality TV, you think, wow, what is that foundation like? Because reality TV is so hard, and then it's so much scrutiny and all those things. Yeah. Was there any nerves about your relationship when deciding to do the show?
So when we were first pitched the show, Isabella was a baby. She was still really young, and I was very lonely at the time. And so things were bad, but they weren't that bad. He was just not present. And so, one, I didn't think it was going to happen. And then when I realized it was kind of green lit in the beginning, they're like, you're going to start in a few months. honestly, I was a little naive about it. I had never watched reality TV. I thought I could kind of hide that part of our relationship. I was happy to be open, like we have problems, but I was also very confused. I had no idea at that point whether I was going to move forward or not. Like I was in that in-between stage every day going back and forth. And like it takes a lot of courage to make that decision. And at that time, before season 1, I didn't know if I was going to do it.
So it's interesting then, because it's like you share so much now on the show. So how was that change for you? Because you can really tell when people on reality TV are holding stuff back, because people dig and they find what's happening. But it feels like you guys have been extremely open about now what went down in your relationship. So did something change for you to be like, you know what, we're sharing it all?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously watched season 1 and I understand. I'm looking at myself and I know what I was thinking in that moment, but I was like, I'm not going to say it. And I also didn't know how it worked. And I was just going through so much. My mom was also really sick. And so it was just a combination of like me dealing with my stuff internally. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, if I'm on reality TV, I have to speak about my problems. And so I had to grow as a person as well to be able to be open. And so I kind of am still learning to be open.
When you started to film the second season and had to be back in all these social settings with Jesse, how did you mentally prepare for those moments?
So naive of me, I thought like I got so much hate on season 1 about all of these accusations and things about me that I was like, I did the hard part. It can only get better from here. Like, what more can happen to me? What more can be said about me? Like, so I thought that it would be okay. And actually, before filming, Jesse and I sat down and had a conversation. And I said, for the sake of our daughter, let's keep certain things private or not discuss it, and like let's try to co-parent well. And so we kind of made that agreement, and as soon as cameras picked up, he threw everything out the window, and I was very angry about that, but I've learned to move on from it.
That is true. It does feel like immediately the accusations from him started flying. Watching it back, are you learning new things of what he was saying in his confessionals and things like that, and of cheating accusations and all these things that he's throwing around?
Yeah, for me it was very hurtful and sad, because the reality is he knew the truth, but he wanted to paint me and have this picture of like I'm this awful person, and because I cheated and cheated and cheated and cheated, and that's all he can say and think of, and obviously that's very disappointing.
Yeah. Jesse did say that you had told him that there was one instance. Was that actually correct?
There was a small little incident. I actually tried to leave him a year prior. And so I was already done mentally. Yep. I had already asked for a divorce. I had found an apartment, and he begged me back. And so I gave it another shot. Yeah. So yes, Jesse likes to say that people have a weakness, and Jesse always has a moment of weakness. Well, I had my moment of weakness as well. Yeah. And I just felt like it was not the time and place, and I was just digesting a lot, and like I never got my truth or my worth. Everybody was just making up things.
What did you think of the whole you were going on hikes, but really it's because Aaron's how he had the honey and you were bringing the honey home, and that's how he was connecting the dots on that something was happening with you and Aaron?
I was cracking up, and I'm like, I hope people can see that and just like laugh. Yeah. Because yes, I knew Aaron before. That is very clear. Who Jesse is with now, he knew prior to our marriage. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah. And I tell him, I'm like, if I was like trying to do something crazy. I wouldn't be bringing home the honey. I had nothing to hide. Like, I did like the honey. It was sold at Runyon, which is a hiking trail nearby. I never wore makeup. I only wear makeup for like press and stuff, but like my day-to-day, I wear zero makeup. I wear no makeup. That was like complete false. And the ring thing, one, at that time in LA was very dangerous. People were getting like robbed and stuff. And I had a very big and expensive diamond. And I'm like walking down Sunset Boulevard and I'm like, and I'm hiking. Like, I don't wear my ring.
Exercising.
Exactly.
Really,
and he says the same thing. Like, he didn't wear his ring. What does that mean?
Yeah.
So it was, to me, very comical. And I hope that like viewers can see that that's a little extreme.
It was a bit of a stretch. There was also some stuff with Kristen where she, we heard what she said last season. It was she had a boyfriend for a year, but then she was like, oh, I meant a year ago. Like, it's just like she changed her words around a little bit.
Yeah, apparently she has a big problem with that.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say, how did it feel to hear her be like, oh, I misspoke, and and it wasn't Aaron?
I don't think she realized like the damage she did to me and my marriage. Not that I'm blaming Kristen. I was going to get divorced regardless. She just didn't help the situation, and I didn't know until I watched the episode that she said that I had a boyfriend for 2 years. And like, that's really big to say because I did not have a boyfriend, period. So she apologized then, and it took me a lot of time. Like, I needed a lot of space. I'm a type of person that, normally if you do something bad to me, I will just forgive and never talk to you again. But with Kristen, I have worked on trying to move on. So we are cordial. I see her and we can have conversations. We're just not super close.
Right. Because especially since what we're watching right now, it feels a little, as she says, Team Jesse is like kind of that in between. I got to talk about Dave & Buster's because that party was, one, hilarious in itself because, everyone's at Dave & Buster's, but it really, it took a turn. Jesse's planning this trip to Santa Barbara. What was going through your mind when you were like, you know what, I'm gonna have everyone vote him off the island?
That was very dumb of me. If I could go back and undo that, I would. Okay. It was a weak moment. It's also like, I was devastated because that was the first time I had heard that. So I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I am now called a hooker on national TV.
Yeah, right.
Forever. There will be people questioning that. There will be articles. And like, it just went all in my head. And I was also going through, like, my mom was in chemo and it was very severe at that time. So like, of course I'm gonna cry. I'm a human being. Like, how would you feel if somebody said that about
you? Immediately lash out. I would. It's like, it's such a crazy accusation. The boys' chat seems like a terrible place.
It's horrible. It's one of the things I hated about my marriage because he was just 24/7 on his phone on the boys' chat, and it's just gross and unnecessary.
That's so crazy to me. I'm like, they're all
adults.
Grown adult men.
Yeah, it's horrible.
With children, and it's like a boys' chat where they just
talk about women and
their wives. And
I mean, Jesse has said some horrible things about me on that boys' chat that I later found out. And it's not nice to hear.
No, it's definitely not. So I don't blame you at all for being like, I do not want to go on a trip.
And I shouldn't have gone, but everybody, all my girls were like, you have to come. And of course I want to go to Santa Barbara, and it was just very naive of me. I did think in the moment like he should stay at a hotel.
He planned the trip, so everyone says he planned the trip, so that makes him in charge, I guess, right? Like, I don't know. I do feel like it's a battle in that scenario because you're in the same group of friends.
Yeah, we all have to be together.
So it's like, but do you think there was a fight almost to be like, well, I'm not going to be the one to not go to the group events?
In my head, I was just not thinking, but at the end of the day, I was just like, he's the one that called me a hooker. Like, why should I not go? I mean, I get it now, but if I could go back, I would.
Yeah. I watched this most recent episode. So this is, as everyone's listening, it'll be last night's episode where you guys do go to Santa Barbara. And there was like a full healing ceremony.
Everybody thought it was very funny.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it because...
Did you?
Yeah. I know it's either or. It's you're like, you think it's bullshit or like you think it's helpful. I do like crystals and healers and stuff like that.
Did you think Jesse was gonna buy into all of it or not? Because he was sitting there like, I don't want to participate.
I mean, you see that he's on vacation, right? So he starts drinking champagne very early and throughout the day. So I don't really understand his mood. I just know he had been drinking all day, and we were obviously both going through a lot. And that's one of the reasons why I went up to him, because I heard that his well-being and his mind wasn't so well. So like I went to check on him because I'm like, even though I don't like you at the moment and I hate you, like you need to be okay because your daughter needs you.
Yeah. When he tried to hand you that white flag, what did you think?
That pissed me off. It's like, why don't you start with an apology first? Just say, I'm sorry. But instead, like, if anybody needs the white flag, it's you.
Do you think a little bit of him, and this is just from a viewer standpoint, that Jax was away and in rehab, that Jesse was kind of like, I'm gonna step up to be like the head guy of the group?
No, I just think you got to see a glimpse of who he was. That's like who I was married to, and he had a lot of ups and downs, and I think you just get to see that.
Yeah. You said, which everybody was like, whoa, that says a lot. You had a line where you were like, Jesse was so much worse than Jax.
I hate the way it sounds. I was not trying to compare. I love Brittany. Everybody has their own situation. And if you ask Brittany, she'll probably say her divorce is going the worst. And I will say the same thing about mine. Like, we all have different experiences. What I don't like is that people know Jax and they've seen him throughout the years.
Yep.
And the reality is nobody actually knows Jesse. People don't know that side because we haven't been on reality TV for a decade. So I'm not trying to compare whatsoever. Like, what Brittany is going through is intense. I can't even imagine, and the drugs and all of that. Yeah. But was Jesse in a similar place at one point? Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. And he... Because we have seen so much of Jax's journey, we're like, oh, this makes a lot of sense of where he is at now from what we have watched in the past.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen, I think what we've seen of Jesse is him trying to paint a really pretty picture.
And that's another thing that kind of upsets me because Jax is just Jax. Like, he's not the smartest guy ever. And one thing about Jesse is like, he plans everything.
Way more calculated.
He's very calculated. He can be charming. He can put like a front on, and he can deceive people to think a certain way. And that's where I'm like, that is much harder to deal with a person like that. And that's what I really mean.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I think that makes a lot of sense that we're very used to. It sounds bad, but I think fans of the show or Vanderpump, they're very used to seeing Jax like this. And it's a different scenario with some of these other guys. What was the feeling amongst the women? Because when this teaser came out for the season, it was just like, oh, these husbands are down bad. Like, everybody's getting into trouble. Everybody's doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. What were the ladies all kind of saying when they saw that?
I mean, honestly, it was so much.
Yeah.
Last summer, we all had to go through something severe. I think there are some great guys, great husbands, but I don't know. It was a lot.
Yeah, it is. It is. You guys also do the after show, which is a lot of fun to watch because I feel like it's a whole nother show, really. You get so much more information of everything that's going on. And you've been very open on the after show kind of about where your relationship is now and these things that Jesse's been saying. So when do you say, like, you know what? Let's talk about the money things. Like, let's talk about the money stuff because that can be, and Jesse's like, That's so personal. I'm not talking about the money stuff.
Well, that was one of the things that we discussed, but he threw everything out the window from day one, and he just kept doing it. And I was still being reserved at times and just not saying anything. But the reality is I left Jesse for multiple reasons and multiple big reasons. And one of them was financial problems and things that he did to cause the stress in our family. And so I had kept that, and I do think like somewhat it should be private, but at the end of the day, like, you're doing all of this to me, like, what am I protecting you? The reality is, like, you did spend a lot of money. You were gone every day. You did spend so much money on wine and this and that, and you're not supposed to do that when you're married. You're not supposed to just throw money away and like not think about your family.
Yeah. And you guys worked really closely together, right? Just within in your real estate business.
We were business partners, so we worked with all our clients. We did everything. But once I had a baby, it was COVID. And so we didn't have, his family's in Boston. My siblings are in San Diego. So there was no help. We didn't have nannies or anything like that. So I did everything on my own. And I had said, like, I want to be a stay-home mom. So I basically kind of stopped working for a while. And once things came back up, Jesse continued to enjoy life and have 6-hour lunches and get back home late. And he was just gone all the time. And it was not like to try to work hard to provide.
Right. Do you think he was trying to just put out that he was living this sort of lavish lifestyle and have that be his persona? Like, wow, look at him, he's doing so well, and all the things, he's buying all these extravagant things to show how great he's doing.
Well, he's always kind of been like that. He's always like the luxury lifestyle, and we did sell to very wealthy individuals. So he wanted to mimic, like, I want to be like you guys, even though we're not like you guys. That was the problem. He was always spending more than he should.
Yeah.
And that's I say that, you can't be married to a gambler. Like, you can't be married to these big issues that he had while we were married.
Yeah. When you're doing the after show, is it fun to kind of have the addition of the Vanderpump squad kind of in the mix? Because I know socially you guys are all together a lot and we don't see them on TV now, so it's fun to kind of see their input in what's going on with you guys.
Yeah, well, Sheena and I are super close. Ever since I sold her a house and then our daughters hang out, we just like throughout the years have gotten closer and closer. So she's one of my bestest friends. So she understands, dealing with Jesse. Like, she's one of the people that I text, and like, she's very supportive with me. So I love that I got to be with Sheena and Janet during that time because they know exactly what I'm going through, and it has not been easy.
Exactly. It was quite the teaser for part 2 of Santa Barbara that we're going to see next week. Potential, looks like, drink thrown. And then was Santa Barbara like a big moment for you guys? Was like things kind of shifted after that trip, or they were just...
I mean, that was a very hard trip. I tried my best to not speak to him and be as far apart and not like engage. And I tried my very best. Kristen had actually told me, like, Jesse's not doing well. He said some like really dark things about himself. And that is really the only reason why I went up to his room to check for his well-being. And immediately when I did that, I regret it because he just like turned on me and said some awful things about me, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I might have thrown a glass of wine.
There might be a little part of that in the tease. So I mean, it has been crazy to watch. I know it's probably wild for people to say, like, wow, the show's so entertaining and everyone loves watching it, when it's like, okay, it's probably some of the most traumatic moments are now being filmed for everyone to watch.
It's been hard.
What is your way to kind of escape all the noise from the drama of the show? Like, how do you kind of get back into Michelle mode?
I I think self-care is very important. I walk every day and that really helps me. I try to stay away from the comments and the social media and stuff. And I have a beautiful relationship with my boyfriend and my daughter. So I just try to focus on that when I have her.
That is great. And I also saw you're in the podcast game yourself.
I just joined. I'm with iHeart. It's called Pursuit of Sassiness because I felt like doing everything I'm doing now, I had to become sassy. And I think you get to see that in the season.
Yep, definitely. So that's great. And you're having guests on and conversations like that and showing more of yourself on that platform.
Yeah, and I didn't want it to just be about the show. I wanted people to know who I am and, you know, everything that I'm doing the last couple of years is really out of my comfort zone. And all I am, you know, pursuit of happiness was the first thing I thought of. So I wanted to kind of open it up to talk about like divorce attorneys, co-parenting, just like all the topics, what it's like raising a daughter. Yeah,
exactly. No, that's great. And I think a lot of people can relate to that and that's info that a lot of people don't talk about. Like it's a little more under the table kind of thing.
Yeah, and I didn't know anything and like I wished I had listened to other podcasts to know about like if you're thinking about divorce, what is the first thing you should do? Yeah. And I also want to show a lot more of my real estate. I just had Ryan Serhant come on. Yeah, so I think it's going to be really fun and interesting.
That's amazing. And everyone can listen to that wherever they get their podcasts.
Yes.
And of course, tune into The Valley Tuesday nights, Bravo, 9:00 Eastern. Like I said, it's crazy drama between, you know, everyone's relationship, really. It's
everybody. It's the entire season. It's just not like it's not just one or two episodes. It's full blown craziness.
It is crazy because it's like a lot of these reality shows, you know, one or two couples I feel get the main spotlight. And with The Valley, everybody's got something. Yeah. Everybody's got something. So it's very entertaining to watch, like I said. But, you know, kudos to you for really putting this all out on TV because it's intense.
Thank you. Yeah. And I hope that like once the divorce is done, we can just co-parent and like be in the same room.
You're not finalized, friends. Right?
We're not. He said he wants to finally move forward. So I'm like, actions speak louder than words.
Let's do it.
Once I hear that. But I honestly believe that we will be friends one day.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Well, Michelle, thank you so much for coming in and talking to me.
All right.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching, listening. Hopefully you watched today. Today was very visual.
Visual day.
Very visual, going through all the outfits. I mean, this fucking dog is so cute. I can't take it. Like,
ridiculous.
It's just unbelievable.
Worth the price of admission alone. My
really,
God.
Like,
look at her.
She's sandwiched in here.
And she's a perfect angel for how long have we been going?
Oh my God,
2 hours?
It's so long.
Jeez,
I know. And her back, she curls her back legs like my dog Flo does too, where you're just like, you're a little turkey leg. You're a little turkey leg.
Ham hock. Love it.
Oh my God. Okay. Thank you guys so much. We will be back on Friday.